mean, if it's there, and obviously 4 up have been sitting there for a while, and you think, well, you know, pick it up. You may as well spam it, use all those rounds, then pick up your secondary weapon that you've dropped for it. Send it while it's there, and obviously that's a prime spot this early on in Volcano. They may have even spotted out 1 or 2 of those players from Bizalog, so send it while you can. Everyone's pretty settled here at the moment. We've got Sago coming in. They've got their 4th back in. Lelux coming up from Milton direction. There's one remaining player, Bago, from Zan Shin. Still looking to try and pick up some points, stay alive, push into that top 10 if possible. Old Bloods, Darth, we've been behind them from the start, and they are clear of relegation, but only just, aren't they?
Yeah, they've had a bit of a rough go of things, really struggling to get out of the early to mid game. So playing out of prisons, a little bit more of that chill pill as they're heading up the south towards Mansion, towards Heaven. And now it's much more chill, much more calmer from them. We saw a little bit of brilliance. Like, they started to put on a show getting into the late game on their angles last week. Particularly Jeff started to step up. We started to see him probing out, wanting to extend, wanting to play that traditional game where we found a lot of success, or he's found a lot of success in the past. So some good aspects to look for him. With Bago, you know, ducking back before that zone does close on. I wonder if he's looking for his team tags, because remember, with the comeback arenas, he could pick all 3 of his tags back up, and we could have a full strength Zenshin just like that. That would be quite something, wouldn't it?
It would, Darth. He's certainly taking his time out near Milta Power, although he's sort of heading into zone now. I mean, he certainly could have headed back to...
Sore halo Asmat Bustomi.
Sago could have done the same thing there. Sirius are pushing back to a... Well, they've got all 4 in. I don't know if they were considering...
Terima kasih like-nya.
Players, but here comes Sago through now. Shots coming through on that rotate from Sirius Esports. Nothing...
Well, Sirius Esports habis ini kayaknya mandi.
Shots. Sago should get through clear. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, they are heading the Heaven direction.
I mean, we'll see if our All Bloods are switched on. They would have heard the shots and heard a little bit of that drama in the distance here. Diego, another team that's really
lolos rotasi dia.
Early to mid game, getting out there, so it'll be a good fight between both of these teams. Looks like they've headed away from that back into the big cluster that's going to be around Yazanaya. It's turning into a rainbow. Looks like Incog kicking off here as Bizlog are just getting decimated right now. Just got the solo left up and standing. Incog, they pulled back and regrouped early on with Insight, giving up the apartments to push. And they are so good at this, Incognito. Realizing when they need to pull back, regroup, when to push this.
Kita lihat leaderboardnya. DM-nya kunyit. Kunyit herbal. Kunyit.
They really do, and Bago's done well for Zanshin. Got himself a nice hut out here, to be bigger than a shack, but it's certainly holdable, and you've got to be careful there that a squad doesn't decide to come through. You will, head will be on a swivel there.
Apa ya bedanya yang contender sama yang League Premier?
Miller is gone, so Push have picked up 1 player off of these guys. They're having to coexist at the moment. Some shots out there from Bless, down to 6 hit points. Will have to met up there. Looking across to the FYD players. Here's those Push players behind them. 2-2 split. Just a short one across from the buildings there. And that bolt is coming out from Dusky, getting a long-range knock into Yaz. That should be picked up. That's a nice shot from Dusky from that range.
Sirius Antares.
Picking one up as well. Mav going down on Incognita. So they were finding a bit of rhythm on that Bago fight. Now they've lost that one solo. So these bolties are becoming a real nuisance for teams out on the map, as they're giving up knocks and giving up plays. And yeah, it's a bit of a rough one. It's a bit of a hard one there when you're pushing and fighting, and then you just get bopped in the head there from a bolty halfway across the map. But you know, sometimes you got to choose the lesser of the 2 evils.
Random shots from 4 up. Obviously, Dusky's still spotting some players out with that bolty.
Bolty.
You'll be spotting out some Incog players shortly. 16 teams 56 alive, and we are seconds away from that phase 3.
Serius lo, NF
switch.
Roto ya.
We've got Serious Esports way out on that western side, and this goes
Serius.
down towards Old
Oh.
Blood Star, so they're set up well, and I'm surprised no one's in Mansion yet.
Oh
but that's
ya nggak
probably
bi.
gonna
Oh
get
bukan
quite
bukan itu
popular
ada
now.
Aukarin. Lana berarti.
Mansion and the outskirts, those little bowls, those little dips. How good's your map knowledge, bro?
Kunyit
Yeah,
sendirian dia jaga.
really,
Oke.
really quickly. It's not like-
Harusnya ketemu
this is
Serius
what I
tuh.
would say is a
Seru
common,
nih.
Finish, but it's been a while since I've seen a finish out in these Mansion fields. Old Bloods, of course. They
Kalau
are
sampai ketemu
right
Serius.
in this heaven sort of real estate. Be looking to make sure that they
Look
pick
into
up
your
as
eyes.
possible. They've got to create that gap from the bottom. They've got to climb up and make the most of these opportunities.
Rumah
which, you know, we
jumping
haven't had too many of these to begin with.
tim
With the rest of the
OBS.
teams, you know, it's going to be a bit of a case of can we just get in
Woi,
because these fields are a little bit
Oke,
hard.
nice,
We see
Budi.
that, you know, we're starting to see that kill feed open up.
We try again, harusnya ada TD.
The northern
Wow,
part
dibalas,
of
Pak.
the map, and
Threat kill.
huge bottleneck here. Maybe 3 teams all crashing into each other.
Yeah, we try again. We've got Anteras, no names.
Oh, berarti
coming
kayaknya
through.
TD nih.
It is going to be a bottleneck here, Darth. I'm not sure why they've all crashed in here, but they really want to get rid of.
Ay,
Luke's
Budi
come in,
tumbang.
But he's gone down. He's managed to get that flush. Snoopy's still out in the smoke. That's not a bad grenade. Could just go past. Might wreck that UAS. That's
Masih
he's going
terlalu
past.
jauh.
Jody High Roller crashing in as well. Straight into the smoke. Looks for the run over. In fact, and just misses it. Surely he spots him here. Yes, he does, and goes down. Big
Oh,
play
nggak
there
dengar.
from Jody High Roller. Should be able to get the run over. Above, though, Rapug having to do his own work. We try again her up here, but he's got his knock, got his flush, and he is out of there. No names with 3 now on the side of the hill, Darth. They've done okay out here, and they are still on the edge of the zone.
I don't know
Tuh.
who is playing on these accounts.
NF
I am
sama Sirius
loving
masuk
this
lah. Gas
one.
di mana,
This
Gas?
is not the sort of aggression that I'm used to seeing, but I love it. Keep it going. Keep on playing like that.
Oke, Depan, nice,
And
Depan.
now- Oh, just getting shot right at a vehicle. Too easy there from Anchor as TD is going to be flushed out. And we try again.
Loh, yang kenok TD ternyata. Wah, ada aimbot. Loh. Aimbot kok sudah mulai keluar ya kan? Loh, Gas kok nggak ada? Aimbot masuk WTA kah?
We saw them have a big week early on. That's the end of We Try Again.
Mati.
Serious Esports finish off that. In fact, it's Repugnance finishing off that last
Oke,
play. That makes
habis
it 4 now
tumbang.
for No Names. A lot of shots out as Charm Farmers are trying to drift their way through. Lost a tyre to spin out. Denim up goes down. Elliot straight into the driver's seat, but he's going to be in trouble here. Low on fuel. Tyres are gone. Shot out of the vehicle in the end by FY.
Malam, malam, Adit.
Away by Sago. Takes him along to 4
Kita
kills
sambil
now.
jangan lupa di like
Now,
rek. Thank you like ya.
Very surprised to see that no one's actually played out of there, but I guess
Don't forget like.
Still looking really good for Old Bloods there in heaven. Not many teams around them, so they haven't been able to capitalize too much, but it is kicking off in Yasnaya. In the
Oh,
outskirts
kena 1
of
hit.
Yasnaya. Charm Farmers looking down onto Sirius. They need to take care of Sirius Esports here, because then they can claim that eastern side of the zone, claim these bowls and start to
Cik.
solidify their positioning in here. But this northern part
Antares ada, Sirius ada, NF ada. Kita lihat posisinya Gas di mana dia.
It's all going to be kicking off here. Charm Farmers picking up 2 points to their names. Much better start from them, but you know they're going to need a lot more if they want to get themselves out of relegation danger.
Yeah, they've got the 2 kills, and they're trying to get that finish on Fatties if they can, but Sirius still have 3 up, and they are closing in. They're looking to get rid of these 2. They may not be 100% sure there's only 2 here. They may have watched the feed, potentially.
Suruh lihat Indonesia.
It looks as
Yo,
though No Names are
Gas
making
di
their
situ
run.
tuh di
They're heading
Yasnaya.
central on the map, and they may have to
Kejepit di rumah kecil,
tuck into
Gas.
one of those bowls. I've heard those shots come from Incognito close on their right side, and they are in a lot of trouble. We're on with Repugnance. Rems has made it through. Repugnance has, but there's the carnage behind. Jody High Road on Little Hope.
Sebenarnya saya bisa nge-cash ini turnamen ini, maksudnya full bahasa Indonesia.
Somehow still Well, he's actually pulled up on. It's not much of a boulder. but
Nanti
it's-
lah,
I mean, it's
season
safe
kedua lah.
for the
Season berikutnya kok
moment,
season
I
kedua.
think.
It's any port in a storm will do. You're pretty safe, except from the top of heaven. But heaven's got like a lot to shoot at, so you prone it out, and you should be okay at least for the time.
Saking
But
ae.
the rest of the map is absolutely kicking off. And
Wah,
Tigers,
putih
they're gonna go
mati
down,
Antares.
just picking up some points
Ini
as
tinggal
well.
serius e-sport nih.
All blood starting to look pretty good with that. Still got a couple of teams dragging their feet, getting out of Yasnaya. We got Lelux and Push still making their way out. Zanshin Bago doesn't look like he actually got those chips back, and his teammates seem to be abandoning here and giving up hope. But just as
Tiga orang kena zona.
that's a rough one there.
Saking
He
ae.
doesn't even realize it.
Mati.
So that's a bit unfortunate there. That's gonna use up a bit of his util, a bit of his time as well. Still trying hard.
Serius dulu tim apa? Serius
Really
itu
teams left up and standing.
For Samurai.
Will. He may be able to pick up a couple on FYD, but they're across there watching.
zona
They
nih
know
di
he's there,
tengah.
so he's got to be real
Ini
careful.
seru
He's
Gi,
got back to
bakalan
go.
ketemu nih Serius sama NF. Sama-sama di kanan.
There's been a lot go to the
Tuh
zone.
kan,
You
sebelah sebelahan.
often see that on Erangel, but
Dia
Erangel
bisa
got
masuk
pushed
ke
right across
arahnya
the
Rams.
zone. That one from Bizalog did as well. That's the pressure that they're on at the moment. Interesting from 4 up. They've been camped out here for a little while in the yellows. They're just starting to come out on
Oke,
foot. They'll
Angelo
need to bring
tumbang.
some vehicles, I think, going forward into this zone as we start to run out of hard cover. We'll go back to Gas because they're camping here underneath FYD. May try and gatekeep them here, Darth, as they try and come out of the cop shop.
There we got some noob tubes out and ready for action as Gas want to push in. They don't have to clear out this building. They really could wrap around and try to hold them out, but there's points up on offer, and anytime you leave teams around, they could do something. The noob tube comes out from EBM2, gets that knock onto FYD. That's the opening that they needed to push in through the blue zone, and all charging up this
Dia nggak tahu.
flicks into the wrong room, backing back out as FYD are just trying to hold on right now. All the knocks have been given up. The flushes are going to come out as well as Gas.
Dapat sama Gas.
Pretty good.
Doing well. They've got a couple up. They've lost a couple. FYD. Winter somehow still survived. They've gone past. There's another one up, I think, across the way. It is Yiko's kicking off everywhere. There goes.
Nice, Janjin eliminasi.
There's a solo here. Sands trying to come through for Lux. They've got two. Everyone's sort of a little bit busy on the other side here. Yiko's going down. That's Sands with that. Oh, and the grenade to finish off.
sangat
That was pinpoint perfect from
finishing
Sands to get that
granatnya
flush there.
boleh
That
lah.
leaves
Ini nih
Winter
seru nih.
alone. EBM
Oh, Aukarin tumbang.
does only leave
Tereliminasi.
Naf's got to go out as well. It could be only a moment.
Tukaran
before
bom.
Winter goes down. I feel like one of these players is going to fall here in a moment. Tries to find that player. Shots coming in from 4 up. Pivy lands a bit of damage there. There's about 3 solos stuck over here in this corner. Sands is trailing in these two. Right on the edge of the zone. We've got 30 seconds out from the end of this zone. Utility comes out from Winter, but it is no good. So Gloria Supreme with 3 kills now.
Oke, ketenangannya high cut nih.
Waiting and watching.
Yeah, that was a great play there. Using the stuns, just waiting, letting the util do the work. Ciego going up to 8 kills. Wow, they are backing it up now. They're in a little bit of a rough spot. I think the zone's going to push off them. We'll find out in a couple of seconds' time. And yep, it does push off them. So they got to cross this road now, along with Lelux and the rest of Gas. So this is going to be a little bit problematic for them.
A little bit problematic.
It was good before, but now he's going to have, I think, a few teams looking to see if they can take it off him. Of course, Ciego, they've given up that knock. They've got to get their teammates back up and standing quick smart before this zone starts moving in. Phase number 6, pretty quick one.
Yeah, looks as though they've been spotted out. There must be some nice lines of sight there from Old Bloods because they've been getting the knocks. There they are off in the distance. Just the smallest of gaps there. Speedy K's actually come out hunting here. I think they may realise they do have to leave they do have to leave heaven at some point. So Speedy K is getting a little bit proactive there at the moment and just getting some ground for them.
Here comes the
Iki
Crushers
drone
to
lho.
go on to Red.
Kalah lah.
Well, they use this little opportunity to
Mas Ri
cross.
ora main.
Sirius is coming across too, so we've got a few
Oh,
teams
Fahri
that are
lagi
converging
jemput
at exactly
istrinya
the same
kayaknya.
time, with the blue pushing in on them. Looks like Sirius are actually going to push towards heaven, a big wrap, but they've left two players back up here and Old Bloods, and this is great from Old Bloods. Where has this been? Two teams, Ciego, Old Bloods, all competition. Where has this
Woi,
been?
serius Roto, gak apa-apa.
Putting on
Masih
a
match
masterclass.
pertama.
This is fantastic. Are you not entertained in the chat?
Kalah zona
They should be. Old Bloods tick along to 5. This is what we want to see from them. Much needed points as Lux go out.
Kayaknya kalau dilihat-lihat pertahanannya Australia itu oke kalau masalah bertahan.
That is what you want. The top 3, and we've got 4 full squads to fight this one out. Old Bloods leading the way. Well, not so much leading the way, but they've got 5. Sago, they also are chasing as many points as possible. Both these teams trying to drag themselves away from that bottom 4. And the odd one out is 4 up, sitting in second place on the leaderboard. I mean, really, coming in on foot, maybe at a bit of a disadvantage. They're on the edge of they're outside of zone at the moment. But being the second place team, surely you have to put your money on these guys coming in. The smokes are out. Pivy goes down, so that's going to be a problem. I'm not sure if he's going to be saved. Dusky's there just, I think, safe to save that, but they're taking a lot of shots from Sago.
Ngadepin 2 tim.
Yeah, thankfully for them, Ciego now, they're turning their attention towards and being traded out with Old Bloods overly getting traded out with Jeff. So the two big fraggers on either team going down. Grenades just floating a little bit far over the top. This has been a fantastic play from both teams. Bit worried though about Ciego. They are now about to be pincered. They're moments away from being pincered.
Kena third party.
As they're pushing a round. And Old Bloods, if they realize this, they could almost sweep through and maybe just take home the chicken dinner. We'll see. They need that support now. Rapini coming in from the other side. This is fantastic play from the Old Bloods. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Oh, they've got complete zone control here, Darth. The only little worry I have is that they are spread. Savvy sitting a long way back.
Kayaknya Old Blood yang chicken nih. Indo kah ada yang main? Ada. Indonya 4 tim guys. Ilusi.
Rupini to try and lock this down and keep 4 up from coming over.
Cuman sudah tereliminasi di posisi 9 dan 6 terus. Tadi Sirius posisi berapa ya?
One of their best finishes so far this season. 6 kills for them. 4 up now. They've ticked along.
Lupa
7 kills for them. Just need
Antares awal-awal. 4 tim pokoknya total Indo.
Plenty of damage for Dusky too. Just not getting the kills to go with it.
4 up, they're regrouping now, and they're going to try to use their numbers to just sweep the zone. Unfortunately, Rapini's a little, or maybe fortunately, he's a bit out of position here. Jeff, he's going to end up playing contact now as a 4 up. Going to push up as 4 up over the top. They could steamroll this if Old Bloods are not careful, but we'll see the positioning. There's the first one going down as 4 up. That patience starting to pay off now. Using the angles, using their numbers. Thus far, it has been absolutely fantastic from the Old Bloods. They just got to get these 5 or 4 kills to get that chicken dinner.
They really do. Jeff gets confirmed, makes it a 4v3. Savvy's come across now, getting that gun into the fight. Rapini out on the flank. They haven't seen him. He was wider. So Shoehorse will go down. They've traded out there. Both with 3 up at the moment. Rapini's trying to flush out Shoehorse. Should get it. That tap will do it. 3 for Shoehorse and for Pivy, but Shoehorse is gone. Dusky will have to step up and actually drop some players here. 8 kills now for 4 up. Nice spray of Dusky. Does a bit of damage. Not enough, though. Suspect out on the point. Just lurking around off the backside of this tree. Wanting to get rid of Savvy. Knows he's close. They've still got one player out wide. Nice shots from Suspect. Turns it in their favour, Darth. It's going to be tight.
Yeah, it's really, really close. Suspect
Ooh.
the trade's coming back. It's all going to be on Dusky's shoulders right now. Is Speedy hugging that back on the other
Kewendeng.
side. All Bloods, they managed to clutch up somehow, some way. This is their best performance of the competition thus far. Take it
Speedy K yang keren. Sambil menunggu kita mandi dulu ya toh. Menunggu game kedua. Oh, Sirius di 5, gas di 6. 0-0 semua di NF 0. Oh, cuman NF gobis 0 dia match pertama. Nggak ada tabungan. Sirius dapat 1, gas dapat 3. Kunyit-kunyit iki.
Kami bang.
Adalah iku. Indonesia, Indonesia. Kapan, kapan? Halo yang belum like silahkan di like. Nanti saya mandi dulu baru pakai cam kita. Thank you like-nya nambah 1 lumayan. Nganu om nganu. Terima kasih like-nya nambah lagi. Kalau semakin di like itu berarti apa namanya? Membantu saya biar FYP rek. Minimal metu lah sebulan sekali di beranda itu. Enak jam segini live-nya. Matur suwun like-nya. Sik bentar saya mandi 5 menit. Cepas iki game kedua. Ono anyar.
Got it.
Anyar, aduh. Ini emang nggak ada suaranya.
BU
Sorry
in,
guys,
BU on the
habis
ocean.
mandi.
We're seeing a mad scramble. I think I may have jinxed these teams early on when I said this.
Sorry. Nah, sudah segar.
It seems like they've all decided to choose the same way.
Habis
I
mandi.
mean, there's quite a few stacking up on bridges. That is
Kita
for sure.
nobar.
Lpl coming through to catch up with Paradox Insight in a little bit of trouble, just trying to get away from Milter there. I think that was RZ behind. Gets away with half health.
Gua habis mandi gua. Sorry guys.
He just dips around the corner from Milter. We'll tuck in here with Mav for the moment. Time it looks like
Gimana?
has drowned, being shot out.
Ada yang di situ juga.
Decided to lag back here, Darth. So they've just been sitting over here waiting for two of these teams in the boats, and they've actually lost Pivy because of it.
Yeah, you make a lot of noise, and it's hard not to. Oh my God, suspects just clapping back immediately there. It's hard not to get tunnel vision when you got boats and you got literally fish in the ocean to shoot at. But you know, good work to the Lux managing to come sneak up on them. They've got PV flushed them out, but now they've got to finish this off. The bridge fight is kicking off between Incog, who have now managed to get ahead of Zanshin, but they've paid a very, very high price here. Mav's gone down early, not sure if they're going to be able to get.
Berarti memang zona SMP itu sering banget loh ya.
Okosa, who went down early on, has managed to be brought back from that blue ship. So just how that game has changed right now. Like, in the old days, he wouldn't be here fighting, but now he's back. Incognito haven't managed to pick up any points, and worse, they're giving up some kills to Zanshin, so their chances of chasing them down, well, they're not doing any favors right now with that.
No, they're in trouble now, Darth. No kills for them. Paradox has gone down to the grenade. Insight, the only one that had managed to make it, well, halfway across the bridge. He's trying to support Paradox back there, but Paradox will be gone, flushed out there by RZ. So Zanshin picking up a couple there, about to see our shift again. Still a chunk of water here.
Wow,
as we see
gas diapit serius diapit gas sama NF. Wah, bahaya ini. Ridho gantiin siapa? Lana, Rek. Dah muter-muter.
In play up at observatory. We try again coming in on that south.
Ridho gantiin Lana. Om tumbas kacang godok, delok layar tancep yo.
Well, I think they're swimming.
Misbar iki misbar.
They're in a lot of trouble.
Hari Minggu kopi, guys.
We might see some drownings out here. Hopefully the lifeguards are on duty and watching, because it's not looking too good if you're a Bizlog fan. Oh, they managed to just get on the rocks, but I'm not sure how he's going to out-heal this. It's going to be...
Wih, bisa, Cuk.
It's going to be... Well,
Oke.
hope is over yet. It's just not looking good. Hopefully they got that...
Ada batunya lah, ini bisa menjadi, siapa tahu kita nanti ketika mengalami seperti ini masih ada kemungkinan. Oh, batu kanan itu ternyata ada sedikit buat ngehil. Antares sudah aman posisinya. Antares di pinggiran Novo. Woi, ini nih Aukarin ditumbangkan UDSC. Seru nih, serius lawan
looking good serious with the 6 now.
NF.
With a couple each. And right now, just looking to path in a little bit, just drifting in nice and silently. This is okay for now if he can get the rest of the team through there. You mentioned
Oke, gasnya ngambil
on the
cepet.
rocks at the moment. You have to be careful around Enterra's trying to come through as well. They've got Snoopy in a pretty decent position. Had been pretty central, looking down the bridge. That's
Antares harusnya
running it across there.
harusnya aman Antares.
Stay alive. The solo for Incog gets himself nice and central. If he can get into this shack, he might be okay.
Kok nggak pakai mic ya nih? Tuh, nyoba micnya ini loh. Suaranya lumayan toh ya? Iki turni apa? Liganya Australia. Liga Australia. Ada tim Indonesia juga. Jadi nanti semoga saja liganya Indonesia ada.
It is good from them, loving it. The long range shots come out. We'll go back to Serious Esports now. We just talked them up there, Darth, but they really sent on.
Serius lawan NF menyisakan kunyit sama Hafiz.
Them apart a little bit. Bizalog go out. They end up going out in the water as only
Duel.
coming through, cleaning up. One player.
Wah, dia deledel.
Well, they've fallen apart.
Lo, iki ancaman besar iki rupane. Iki lo ancaman besar.
Old Bloods, the Ciegos, and now the Serious fans are getting quite a hit list out there, Funky. It's a little bit unfortunate.
Bahaya.
Down or having.
Bahaya ketemu di awal-awal baru match 2. Yo wiki.
Oh, you can spot him out, bot down below. But can he hit it?
Renyah enak.
Those points because they're gonna need it.
Gak mendem. Oke.
To try to get to that left-hand side of the leaderboard. They may even be able to get in the money spots as well.
Ben kayak caster ya kan.
Going from relegation danger up into the money. As he's deciding, does he want to go up for that high ground or is he going to try to hold him out here? The zone
I'm
does the
put.
standard thing, shifts off the water, back onto the land, so nothing too crazy to spot out there as
Ayam potol deremba pak. Agak susah ini.
Luckily, he's got that rat pack on. I wondered what that noise was. I thought it was a lynx firing, but it's a mortar firing from above. Bot's only, he's not completely alone. He just needs to get out of or off the edge of that hit.
Posisinya Antares aman. Sampai next circle masih bisa nih.
Back on that north side, Charm Farmers, well,
Harusnya bisa dapat poin kalau pertahanannya jaga komponya ini kuat. Harusnya kuat sih.
Zanshin should find him eventually. We've got 12 teams, 36 alive.
Dia bisa lihat angle-nya Zanshin, bisa lihat angle-nya CFT.
There's no one behind them. Darth Oldbloods potentially could have got some blue chips back in play.
Yeah, it's always going to be a tough one, especially where
Wah, gak selamat input.
Speedy, not sure where they lost Jeff.
Susah
They're
posisinya
still
input.
very exposed on that side of the hill. I mean, I guess your coach is going to be up to your coaches out there, but I think the aim of the game was like just don't lose anyone on that rotate because look at this positioning that they're in right now.
Habis ini next circle ini buncur ini. Old blood nih.
They've got all of that intel, so it's a bit frustrating for them. Zanshin managing to hold on well on that bridge. They took out Incognito. They've taken out the Charm Farmers. Now they've got 4 up on the other side. So could this be the 3rd team in a row that they kind of kept out? Actually, no, they're looking in towards push in front of them. So this is where they could get scary now. They had a rough match number 1, but let's see how they can come back and regroup as RZ manages to get that knock on out. And looks like the flush will come through as well.
Yeah, I think it was, I mean, the smoke came out pretty quick there, Darth. I think he was expecting first Monkey Boy to have some support in close when he actually didn't at all. That's the closest support back there. So that's Juice X further back. So RZ's actually all right and probably could have got that flush safely. It looks as though Silent X might be able to be revived. Actually, I'm not sure now because 4 up. Nope, they're gone. I thought they were going to be a bit of a pain in the side, but they're not.
0 up.
They are 0 up. Bago steps up there, past 500 damage. 5 kills this game. Zanshin survived.
Mati.
Silent X is 8 kills for them. 4 up are out.
Ketangkap basah. Serius NF sudah. Sekarang gas Antares. Wah. Ngeri.
Another show. Excellent blue zone. Is that a double blue zone? That is it. You can't out heal them. La Lux is now my new favorite team just for that play there. I always get a little tilted when there's only 1 blue zone chucked out, but to see that double, that is just the beauty of the gods to see that.
OTD mati.
To realize that insight's in there. The double blue zone means you can't out heal it. It's going to force him out. Fantastic work from La Lux. As no names, we've seen a little bit of aggression from them. They've kind of caught my eye as well, but now they've given up that.
Oke, Birel dapat 1.
Yeah, they're a little bit split over here at the moment.
Gobes! No! Gobes!
they were isolated across here.
No!
Roller and Rems, they had little hope further back, but that is all you need. Rems shifts along to 4 kills. And Jody High, a roller, the one. They get it sorted over here. Didn't need a little hope. He's at the moment trying to stay alive and get away from We Try again. A little bit exposed, trying to get up this hill. He's going to need to get some smoke out if he's going to stay clear of these.
Info tim Indo, tim Indonya ada 4. Ada Gas, Antares, Sirius, NF. Wah, itu Antares masuk tuh. Antares. Nah, ini nih tim Indo. Depannya musuhnya tapi bukan yang ini. Itu loh, Antares. Anak bawang itu jelas Indo tuh. Gak mungkin Vietnam namanya. Dia nggak notice. Ada satu orang. Dapat sih Budi. Oh, dia stepping. Kau andeng stepping, cok. Steppingnya ngeri loh. Dia bisa nge-track stepnya loh. Tuh.
I'm sure he knows he's there. Macca's not actually doesn't even have a he doesn't even have a gun out.
Ini padahal bukan TPP ya. Dia cuman mengandalkan step.
I was sure he spotted him.
Bagus.
Maybe not. He must have just been listening to those footsteps and that movement. You can tell the experience of a player and how well they know the game. Maka just listening to those footsteps, knowing where he is, to position himself behind that tree just to keep surviving. That was very well done. Now Buddy's coming back around. He suspects some shenanigans.
Ah, Budi ini Filipina ini, namanya Budi.
Let's see if Maka can. Oh no, now's not a time for a drink. As Maka could catch him out here. There's still points up on the board with him dancing around. Maka could really unsettle them on this side of the hill, and he's not a fantastic worker.
Oh, ketahuan.
Oh, the flick! Just the down Maka, I guess.
Cok, refleksnya Budi ki oke loh.
He must have just. He was not even looking that way, and must have just.
Langsung tugel loh ya.
On the corner of his,
ya memang tembakan itu harus seperti itu, Cok. Sudah wajib seperti itu, Rek.
So Intera shift along to 3. Zanshin is still lurking. RZ, he heard those shots. Zanshin with 11 kills now. Back
11-65 lah sama aku.
On the other side, we'll go back across to no names now. As Rems take some shots, they've lost another player. As Jody High Roller goes down, it is Rems alone.
Tuh, TD kalau sudah lepas.
Quite out yet as they go down. They've got to go to get to 6th. Now We Try get shift along to 3. They're all on to Teddy as well.
We Try again. They didn't overextend and overcommit to the fight. They just took it on their own terms. Yep, they lost bot early on.
Lihat tuh TD ngekill 3 sendiri nih.
As they're now turning their attention to start to sweep this side of the zone and create a bit of a toehold for them to play in. Just got to be a little bit careful. They've got Old Bloods wrapping on their southeastern part of the map as All Bloods, how they would have loved to have 4 players up and standing here as they go
Oke.
fight.
Oh, direset.
Yeah, he manages to just find that
Langsung tereliminasi.
courtesy of Rupini. Now Dragunov, oh no, yes, my eyes, I think glasses funky.
Wah, di flank sama Antares. Antares harusnya bisa lihat nih.
Almost the same
OBS nih.
and then they're going to be very careful they don't end up pincered. Smoke's coming out, but I'm not sure if that's going to help.
Terjerembab posisinya OBS.
They may have just got pincered.
Itu loh dia.
Not a lot of cover to be had here, Darth. They've got the smokes out. If they can
Ini dia.
maybe onto We Try
Oh,
again
Budi.
and finish them off. It's a 2v2 over here, but like you said, Antares are lurking behind. They're being held up slightly. I
Tajam
think their
Budi.
attention's turned across to Lee Lux. So Savvy taking some shots. Now Rapini turns back that other
Loh,
direction.
knock.
Looking maybe to see if they can third party this. That's handy for them. They see Anak moving. Maybe they can.
Snoopy
swing around.
dapat.
Snoopy's there. Shots back the other way. This could be a better option as the zone has gone away from them as well. That's not good for them. Snoopy better with the scar as well. Rapini's got to be better here. Slips a bit down the hill. Old Bloods with 3 looking to stay alive. And Terrace though still with 4 across there, and it looks as though they're stacking a few players this way to try and close out
Masih
this
bisa
fight.
drastis.
Just try and get
Tuh,
rid of Old
baru
Bloods from
putar.
behind them.
Dia langsung ngambil keputusan. Antares dia tadi kan sudah mau nge-push ke sana, cuman di sini ke knock satu. Di call sama di share. Kayaknya ngeklirin yang kiri dulu lebih cepet. Nah, memang harus gitu, Rek. Memang harus cepet. Dan resikonya segala keputusan itu pasti beresiko. Ya mau gimana lagi, namanya juga game ya kan, kalau nggak menang ya kalah. Tapi setidaknya kan dia sudah mengambil keputusan. Tuh dikelirin. Malah terpancing aman.
Yeah, Old Blood's gone, so AJ alone. That was somehow Sand survived that as RZ's trying to dig these two out. Zanchin still with their threes, trying to dig them out of the Wizzy hut here. Sands and Killaroo both up there. If they can get, well, they can't get Miller across, but because he's been locked down by Silent X and from Bago as well. Could be able to pinch out AJ there as well. Just spotting
Mati
him
hari ini.
Tucks in real tight, and it's actually Killaroo from Lelux says, I'll have one for us. Thank you very much. Finally, the grenade comes through. They get a knock onto Killaroo. He got that knock, went down. And Terra's starting to come in, Darth. It's all going to kick off on this side of this zone. It could be done and dusted soon.
Yeah, it definitely is. Zanshin going to 11 kills after that 1 kill.
Tuh Silent begitu langsung turun dia cepat. Ini yang harus agak susah ini. Antares mau gak mau ngepush. Gelem gak gelem. Minggir gak minggir harus nubruk Antares. Wow, mantap depan. Lah, di sampah.
He can't out heal through that. That's just going to leave Miller up as the solo, and Tara's pushing in on one side, Zanshin on the other. Zanshin should realize how much space they've got.
Move
out. Miller!
Lotos, ibu!
Miller. Maybe he can steal away a couple of kills or even a couple of placement points over here as RZ's coming in. It's all a party. Miller manages to get a grenade on himself.
Di-share dapat.
Pushing across, they've just got
1v2
and standing between them and a chicken dinner.
Yeah, big move there. RZ trying to get that roof grab.
Weh, bisa naik.
It's Desire that's further back, finds themselves in the open.
Mantap, kabul.
Yeah, it's a 1v1.
1v1 situation. Zoiki.
Could get this revive if he can get it. Just makes it across. 14 kills. Had meds up again. Now it's the time for Desire to push.
Iklek sampai menang. Flashbang.
Flash comes through. Flash is good as well. He's actually going to try and stick this.
Bol, keputusan bol. Aduh, bol, keputusan.
Into the smoke. With 8 kills.
Ngono loh, Pak. Indonesia iki rek ngawut ae. Ae diobok-obok iki Liga Australia iki. Garagadak. GG Pak, GG. Sangat, padahal posisinya harusnya kabel terbuka untuk umum. Harusnya tadi kabel terbuka untuk umum. Di share. Cuman versi pertamanya yang orang di atas kena banyak, mau nggak mau dia turun alias nge-hide, timingnya kabul maju. Wah, sangar iku lo keputusan slungumul. Nggak bisa dipungkiri guys. Itu yang mahal. Istimewa. Butuh ketenangan. Memang butuh. Harus ketenangan. Nggak bisa dipungkiri. Selungul itu namanya. Strategimu kusukulal. Satu tujuh dua. Kita lihat refresh to higher. Hasyah ya kan. Strategi hasyah. Kalau strategi hasyah itu hati-hati ya. Saya bingung contender sama primer kok ada dua dia ya. Yang contender ini yang Liga 1 gitu kah? Sony.
Landed pretty decently far from that lane path. Apart from that, it doesn't look like we've got too much chaos or too much craziness going on. Charm Farmers, this is a hard one. Knowing that there's a late drop down here, no gun and no team, this is almost a player you would want to consider chasing down to get those points. It's a hard one. There's 22 points between them and second last, so it might not be enough at the end of the day, but this is where, starting to get late into the competition. We're well past the halfway point now. You've got to start thinking, do we keep doing our same tactics? They haven't worked thus far, or do we change it up? It's always interesting to hear what the players and coaches say about that.
So they've given it away there. I think Elliot's still waiting, but it's going to be points gone. I think they need to just start looting up here. Look at that zone. Central over the top of Terminal. Two of our top 5 teams are there. So Incog in Terminal itself. Zanshin not too far out, looting happily away. They've got Gloria Supreme to their south side. Looks as though Charm Farmers all getting in vehicles. They want to get a move on. And Bizalog, the rest of the team aren't too far away from that solo. Actually, I say that, and maybe they are.
They're doing it.
They are doing it, Darth.
They are doing it.
You called it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take your chances in this game, and particularly with the meta changes, they are rewarding teams that are aggressive, and Charm Farmers, wanted to come out now and wanted to get a little bit aggressive. It looks like they've seen the multiple vehicles and realized that they've regrouped, so they've done a Yui. They've realized that there's no solo here without a gun and whatnot, so they've pulled back, but I like that from the Charm Farmers. They were a little bit slow and they didn't get that kill at the end, but the fact that that was on their mind to go out and get it and push, I think that was a really good play, and it was actually a really good sign from them.
Yeah, it was good that they got out there. Like you said, a little bit slow. I mean, even 30 seconds earlier, they would have picked up a point. But anyway, here we are. Gloria Supreme looking across to FYDs. They cross over the river here. And as Highcard just watches that vehicle drift through, the rest not too far away. As they let them go, they're going to run into Zanshin, and RZ is not going to hold off on shooting at something that's moving, that's for sure. Out for a bit of a look, just on an open hill with a vehicle, and just ducking back potentially, or maybe still to engage this, not backing off. They are quite happy to get out and hunt for these points any time at the moment, Darth.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why they're at the top of that leaderboard. And now is when it's going to start to become very problematic for the other team.
Very problematic.
I don't want to say they've won already because we've still got 1.5 days of comp to go. But now that they've created this gap, the pressure's off them. They can now go out and play however they want. And you know what? They might just drop a 30k game, or they might go out to 0 kills. But that's the sort of freedom that they've bought themselves, and that's the sort of respects that they've demanded from this lobby.
They have, and RZ just feeling a little bit pinched there. Has pulled back just slightly, but luckily the rest of the team have come through. They're safe across the road. They may not persist with this, although Bago's just getting an early knock.
Ini kayaknya yang dominan. Wih, Antares langsung melejit posisi 7. Ikut campur sekarang semuanya. 100.
Fight might be something they can persist with. The Silent X is going to try and open things up. Bago, it's RZ getting a knock. That's going to be another one that goes down. They know who they're dealing with now. They should be able to close in and finish these guys off.
Yeah, especially knowing that there's only going to be 2 up and standing. Maybe even just 2 up, period, because I think that probably will get this bleed as well. Here comes the crash in as well. Quick, smart from them. So they are very, very aggressive. Maybe a little bit too from Silent. As he
kena bomnya sendiri.
That doesn't quite go according to plan.
Yo.
RZ going down, so it's starting to fall apart a little bit quicker than they expected. Bago gets taken down really, really low again.
1v1 iki. Semoga saja Zanjin tereliminasi biar gapnya nggak terlalu dekat. Nggak terlalu jauh kok, nggak terlalu dekat. Dia berapa? 172 Pak. Zanjin.
Yiko flushing out. That's the P9. Oh, sharp. And That could
Oke,
nearly do it.
UDSC dapat
Flush
kill
just goes
gratis.
in. Yuko still there. Is
W90.
into the hut, trying to flush out as well as Winter goes down. It's a straight 1v1. What's Yuko doing? In a car. Oh, now, Sirius are coming in as well. Third party. This could be the end of Zen Shin in this game. They've managed to pick up 3 kills out of this fight. But Sirius coming in is going to give a RE a serious problem. Is go, yep, just
interesting.
hiding
He's
in
baiting
plain
it out.
sight.
Yeah, interesting to see. I mean, you wouldn't normally be looking at the vehicle to see if someone's in there. Maybe getting in the back seat would have been the better play, or just to hide out that little bit more. But
Oke, nunggu Sirius datang. Sirius masuk.
FYD esports, but if it works, it works. And desperate times, desperate measures. Meanwhile, Akosai, in the more traditional play, he's got that key out. He's got taken down one. He's taken down 2. So broken 3 now. Oh my god. Akosai. Can he get the 4th? Almost, but this weapon is nasty. The P9.
Memang senjata ini.
The Widowmaker right now on the battlefield as it's coming out and just taking apart Serious Esports. As soon as he peeks up, he's just immediately forced back into cover.
465 on the damage for RE. Just keeping
Ya apa,
alive. Still Yudi there. Serious. Oh, and a headshot as well to follow up.
Lah ini apa nggak nobar?
He thought he was going to be able to finish them off, but it hasn't happened just
Oh iya ya,
yet.
nobar
Surviving. Could
di
still
situ
get
ya.
blue
Kita
chips
kalau
with a
nobar di
chance.
Discord, sorry.
He survives this. 550 damage. Now there's 2 solos kicking around
Aku
to
sudah
deal with. Baddies hasn't been
Cuk,
flushed out
gendeng
yet.
arek iki, Cuk.
What's the play here from Yuko? Yudi is out of there. So
Malah aku Sire yang dapat bisa kayak gini hanya P90, Pak.
One from
Iyo.
Shen. That's a sneaky little pick up there.
P90 ndak karu-karuan emang.
Steals that one away. So still these 2
So
solos. I don't
wakit.
know if he knows there's still a solo. No, does know there's a solo now.
Oh, yang mau nobar silakan ke Discord, guys.
It's back to the OG fight that kicked this all off. FYD, I mean, they both could get their teammates up and standing, and in the end, Yiko, wow, manages to take out a class like
Menang
going down, the first team to go out in 16th place. They picked.
Well, 1v1. Ini 1v1 nih Yudi.
5 or 6 kills, so nothing to be sneezed at.
Mas Tom, jago mana Mas Tom?
Hehe. Looks like we've got a few bridge camps going on, which you don't usually see on Tango.
Serius lawan FYD nih.
Yeah, they've just managed to make it over there, but not all in one piece.
Kona, ini pasti pindah jauh NLD.
There we go. Yeah, it's Miller that is down.
Itu dia pasti pindah jauh.
I think he's just gone past the Knox plates. Overly there. There's a couple of them on the chase here. Ike's there trying to circle back to some sort of cover. Got the BRDM there. Look out. I thought I saw some crates coming down on the map when we flipped back. They're cruising around as Blessed is going to go down. Overly still working hard there. Ike is out and about. Should get mowed down. Cleaned up. Oh dear. Overly is about gone. And is going to be gone. So chance for the revives here. They've got to have to be pretty quick about it. There's a couple of players down for Sago. Sunnyside up's going to be picked up. Killaroo out. Trying to get that flush, and they do. Now they've got to be able to get these revives. Blessed is going to be picked up. Killaroo still looking to put some pressure back on. Not quite perfectly placed. Blue zone bounces back towards them. That's not fantastic, but they've still got their that armored vehicle.
Let's see if they can use it to its full potential on this side of the map.
Third party loh. Gitu loh. Kalau perang bentar aja yang datang sudah satu kelurahan ya kan.
Lebih dari 2 menit aja.
Iya, pokoknya sudah tak hitung. Kalau perang lebih dari 2 menit.
But just as quick as that went, Pusher now in, landing their util, Miller down low, Killaroo down even lower.
Wah, ini masuk yang ini. Yang ini masuk. Mati tuh.
Miller on fire now. He's gonna get knocked on out. Blue zone grenades coming out and push. I think I like this from them coming in and third partying, realizing these two teams
Miss.
really hurt. The noob tube doesn't manage to take Juice down as they're looping back around. Biden
Hati Samen tergugah nggak Bang Bon ini kalau kita turun tangan nih?
really well here, push.
Wih, tergugah, Mas.
Yeah, it's not all
Tergugah ya.
over with yet. So
Aku
they're
cuman
still working
tergugah
around
aja
this,
sih.
keeping
Kalau
right
turun nggak.
on them. Right now, Juice
Iyo, itu Dio maksudnya.
done.
Cuman tergugah pengen main.
Killaroo and Sands going quiet
Kayak
now.
gini loh Aime
Trying to
memang
a
aduh
little bit of
aduh.
info onto what these guys are doing. They're being tucked in pretty tight in these containers. Somehow they've survived. Killaroo tucks in nice and tight. Out comes the shorty.
Bedanya pro player cuman nggak boleh miss.
Gobes
Ngobes!
somehow did not go down. The barrel comes through. That's going to leave Sands alone. He manages to put down Dead Pedal and get the flush out. Juice wants to get in there and get it done. Oh no, the pre-fire doesn't work. Another flush from Sands. He is not done yet. And he can finish off first Monkey Boy. Sands has 4 kills, 400 damage. Make it 5 now.
Wow, that's what
Okay, Bu.
5 kills up onto the board. They would have liked to have stayed up a little bit later in the game than that. But if you're going to go down early, similar as Zanshin, might as well pick up 5 or 6 kills while you're at it, particularly given where they are on that leaderboard around that 9th place. It is such a log jam. 6 kills is going to really help the cause. As we're still
Enak Mas ya kalau udah ada yang jalani observer nih. Aku tinggal ngomong nih. Kayaknya lolba kayaknya.
Oh dear, what a mess of things right now. Push and now trying to take on
Fahri ya wis.
fanboys. And it's
Fahri yang ngeser, aku yang jalanin observer.
out on foot right now as he's coming back around with the
Jesus. Oh no.
Danny's right over.
Tuh
Oh
akhirnya.
no. Bush are gone. Oh, I thought
Sik,
Andy G
bentar
would
tak
have done
ngambil
such a
HP.
good job just avoiding that. It's such a slow moving vehicle. Series Esports on the other side, they're going to go out as well. So Enterra's managed to finish them off. There was, I think, just that solo we saw up. That was Yudi that had survived that fight with Zanshin. So he is gone. But he picks up the easy one there. So they have won. Meanwhile, after all this commotion that's gone on, we're down to 12 teams. Zones come in a couple of times. There's a nice 2-2 split from Incognito. I'm liking this, but they're going to start to get pushed pretty soon as other teams come in. We've got Bizalog on that south side. We've got No Names, who we saw earlier. They're down to 2. Charm Farmer setting it in nice and central, and this is a nice play from them, Darth. This compound is completely free.
Yeah, that's the experience that Big Boy Maka and Viz really brings to this team. And realizing how the lobby is playing a lot more aggressive. You're seeing a lot of teams going down early. Now All Blood's going down as well. Means that a lot of these central compounds are going to be free. So this is opportunities for teams who do like to play that more traditional play style, the more tower defense style, to be able to leapfrog into these compounds, which are going to be wide open and free. We try again. They're in decent positioning as well. 4 kills to their name, having taken out the Old Bloods, as we've only got a couple of teams looking to dance around at the top. And of course, we've still got Ciego left to make their way across the river into the zone.
Yeah, lagging behind. They're going to be a little bit slow with that armor they've got at the moment. The closest we've got to a fight here at the moment might be 4 up with Nafscott. They are sort of close, but Shoehorse just sitting outside of zone has to sort of drift in. 20 seconds away from phase 4 here as the No Names get found down on that south side. Picked off by Bizalog. Much needed points for them, so they shift along to 3. Did see them on this south side, but I thought No Names had been safe, but they've obviously driven straight past them here, and they've gone down there on the rotates.
Hard shift.
That is a solid hard shift. Right down south towards Gas. And it has kicked off on that north side, Darth. Ooh.
Yeah, you're eyeing this out, and it's finally kicked off now. The trades are going out. Shoehorse taking one down and going down himself as they're trying to wrap across as Navscott holds that little bit of high ground, a little bit of versatility. But the third party's coming in and now, and this is really going to upset 4 up. Suspect is now in his anchoring positioning. It's a bit far.
Dibantu. Dibantu sama WTA.
So they can decide, you know, this is not even the big shift on the zone. It's not really a fight that they're going to want to take, but they've got that freedom now. They can decide to commit to it or try to loop back into the zone. So that's the...
Waduh, zonanya.
Suspect has decided that, screw this, I'm out of here. As some more flushes are going to be coming in onto Antares now.
Yeah,
Kecolong
FYD,
siji.
another one there, Mac, and it could be in trouble here. Is that? Oh,
Hey!
not quite. Down to 7 hit points. Looks for that player who immediately ducks back off to tuck back in towards the squad there from Bizalog. A little bit isolated over here. Has to be careful because Antares are there as well. Just looking for that window in.
Bam.
Should almost do it. It somehow doesn't. Has
No,
the shield.
no, gak mati.
FYD,
Ada
another
shieldnya,
one.
tapi kok-
Nico's got 5 kills. They've got
Oh, mantulnya ke depannya dia.
some points. Another team
Nggak
gonna be,
ngelutik ke
trying to
dalam, kalau
play
di
out
dalamnya
mindful.
mati.
Wow, these bottom
Nah, mantul tembok jatuh di depan folder shieldnya.
really 500 to put that barrier up to block any util that's coming through the window. Really smart play. And
Tutor, Presesia, kamu kemarin selungul.
weapons, utils, using them to their full extent and full advantage. Really nice to see. Charm Farmers putting on a little bit of a damage now, and Tyrus who have got their armor in and looking to try to make it in. This is going to be a little bit challenging here as Charm Farmers are putting a few little dents in this ride, which has definitely seen better days.
Oh, it's very slowly ticking down there, Darth. It was Charm Farmers that were ripping into it. So he's safer now that he's over that ridge. I'm wondering if this is the one stolen away from Sega, or if they still got theirs. No, I think they lost it. I don't know if they gave it away or it has exploded, and that's another one. But Charm Farmers have been shooting at anything moving, and right now that is Antares, and they jump around into that dip. So they're safe on that north side for now. There's been some markers coming out on the map from Charm Farmers. They've marked out the incognito positions, and it's going to be Incog. Having been pretty quiet, they've been fed here, so they're trying to land some mortar shells on anything that moves. They're going to be heading the way of either Nafsgod or We Try Again, as Sago fanboys finally go out, and that's gone long towards We Try Again. No one out
Loh,
there now, so they have
ada masalah kayaknya bolang
They are
sama
just over
Bilal.
the hill. Might be Waikik and Mukau calling in these strikes because he's got a bit of vision over that way, but still no kills, Darth.
No, and that's going to make it challenging.
Wah, geger tuh. NF sama Antares sih.
I don't think they can catch first place, but challenging as they're going to try to get on to second place.
Ini
We have
desire
seen the finals.
tadi murup
This
ini, Mas
Premier
Tom.
League, they very generously increased the prize pool for the last tournament of the year. So there's definitely a lot to play for, not just pride. There's some dollary dues on the line, and Towers trying to
NF tim sampean gak, Mas?
side, turning the Charm Farmers
nama doang sama. Kebetulan gitu ya.
Bisa pas gitu ya?
Iyo.
Tak pikir tim sampean.
Very congested, and I'm expecting to see a lot of fights break out on them.
Bisa lebih
This
gitu.
open part is can maybe hold one or two teams.
Popeye ke notice. Popeye nggak ada kendaraan.
Yeah, Anak trying to dial in onto Popeye there. He's trying
PS5,
to get out
Pak,
the
di-lock
blue
sama-
into phase 5 now, so that is certainly hurting, and he knows he's in the open. If he makes a run, there's that run, hits a shot, needed another one there. No one there for the backup. Still has the bus out there. Desire gets
Kena
things
dari
down, but
belakang,
yeah,
Kabul.
He'd been sitting on that hill there for Charm Farmers, waiting for someone to move here. Finally, they did. Gets the explosion, and that one's going to go the way of Nafsgod. So one left up for Antares. Still has
Wah,
the
ini
armor,
seru
but
sih
this
ini.
thing is severely dented, Darth, and this thing is not going to last long as 4 up go. Steps out, knows that thing was toast, and now
Wah,
he's in
Devan
trouble out in that blue
terjerembab.
zone. So Nafsgod survived with 4, but We Try Again are coming in for a look at this fight.
Belakang kalian.
WTA, clean shot, clean shot. Aduh, gobis.
Open up now.
Go, Bis.
Wah, akhirnya kena, Cuk.
Very, very open in this. So maybe the only thing that saves them out.
Wow, ngono are.
They are
Itu dia. Nah, ini lo namanya sama. Kirain tim sampean, Mas.
be able to look in
Kan,
Watch,
Iya ya. Kok
Iya,
sama ya?
kok sama
NA,
namanya?
and yeah,
FSDGOD. Wah,
he wasn't gonna
Wah,
nggak
ini.
salah.
He wasn't. Naf's got
Terus
shift along to
dicurigai
7
Wih,
kills.
parah
They're
HP
gonna
sih,
claim
so.
Pope can't outmed that. He's going to go
Ngekill
down. There's only a couple
depan
left
loh.
for them now. Unintended pushes in. It's going to take an absolute hail of shells from Charm Farmers. They've got 4 up across there. Incognito coming in from behind. We see our shift into phase 6. It's going to go down towards Bizalog and Gas. They've got a solo in
kunyit.
there. Cunny's going to go down. Unintended, the last one up. He is tucked in against the blue
Gak
zone.
enak jadi
Safe
posisi kayak
for
gini
the
nih.
moment, but I would say surely Incog can see through here. Charm Farmers are just laying shells down towards anything and everything at the moment. They are into the top 5. Not a lot of points just yet. Only the 1 kill, but they're going to keep on shooting at everything they can. Incog starting to get a little bit busy over there. And on that south side, Gas and Bizlog are just being a little bit
Apa sih,
quiet
ada kendaraan
down there,
tak, Kak?
just trying to survive.
Mobil
Oh iya, ada mobil.
This terrain on Tiger and teams, if
ini
they
kalau
don't cover,
Ferdinya
there's
knock
no
udah
way
itu
down.
tengahnya
Incog
bisa banyak yang
will
ngisi.
survive, and if they don't have cover,
Di mana sih
try to make
posisinya
it
mereka?
whatever they
Oh,
can
di
and
atas ya.
Tengah, Om.
make it work.
Tengah
Incog
zona.
starting to open up now as Paradox
Ini terperongkang-perongkang posisinya habis nih.
rat-a-tat-tat, in your audio, and that's a nice weapon to have, particularly on this map right now.
Oke,
with
oke.
how open it
Cuk.
is.
Hitnya.
You don't go down, in which case it's going to be a bit of a useless weapon. Those collapsible shieldings coming out. Inside did well to push up onto
Ditambah
this rock,
CF.
taking a large control of the zone.
Tereliminasi.
Fantastic lines of
Weh,
Incog really looking
gas
to
nih.
screw up the
Lo 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 lo
middle.
lo 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 lo.
They've got Gas and the Charm Farmers in front of them. Wykick in this semi-anchoring, semi-opening position.
Itu Ferdi harus di cover
Back is clear.
orang 3 nih.
Tengahnya.
Tornado try to push
Iya.
away and claim that spot.
Jangan sampai kesentuh tuh Ferdi.
They'll roll back now. They got rid of
Kalau
Nafco.
sampai
They
kesentuh
can't
diambil
get
nih, ya
last
diisi.
kill, but they certainly put that pressure on. They haven't
Berarti
managed to
tiga-tiganya harus lihatan Ferdi semua.
He got the finish on that one, but only the 2 kills now. They might be able to turn their attention back to another fight. They all start to shift in. Charm Farms are all coming through on foot. These 2 teams surely go at it here, Darth, before we... Oh, as Macca gets sat down,
langsung
so
tukul,
does
Cuk.
Invis. That's ticked off a lot quicker than I thought. Charm Farmers have run in without any safety there. Both teams clashing there, but it's Charm Farmers are coming in basically behind Incognito. So Incognito, the ones that are being pinched in, but Charm Farmers aren't doing a lot of pinching on the north side at the moment. They're all falling at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate here for the Charm Farmers. They just, as soon as they came out, there was a really good line held by Incog. They're all looking up towards them now, and they're feeling the pinch, even though Incog arguably were the ones who are a little bit surrounded. Danny going to be the last one up.
Mas Andre bikin liga, Mas Andre when
Incog pushing up, but that's going to be a difficult push for
Itu orang kanan
Incog
nggak kelihatan.
to come out and over. Not impossible,
Dia yang
just
kelihatan duluan.
difficult, as they're looking to try to sweep up. In the end, he's going to be put down courtesy
Pepet.
of Mab, and that's going to take us to our top 3.
tuh Ferdi. Ini harus kelihatin Mas. Ini kalau posisinya harus di lock 3 orang itu yang ini nih.
I mean, you're looking at team 15 and team 14 on the leaderboard versus Incog who sit in 5th place. So
Malah yang jangan kenok yang 3.
put your money on Incog
Iya,
here.
tadi
The 2 of the
ada yang
bottom
naik
3 teams
kelihatan sih
in
sama
front
3
of them.
orang ini.
Nah, bagus.
Very passive on
Angelo.
the south side. Like this fight had been kicking off on the north side between.
Nah, ini Ferdi pokoknya jangan sampai mati, harus di cover.
The south side had not moved at all. They were happy to sit off and just wait for this to crack on that north side. But now they're starting to get active. Good utility
dia.
out from
Gak kena.
there from Gas. Blazing stays alive, but it's only a matter of time before one of these teams goes
Mana ya
down.
Frankie?
Yeah, it definitely is. It's not going to survive too long. The question is going to be who makes that first move.
Ada ngeplank
We're
keluar
seeing
zona.
some repositioning coming in from
Cuk
Bizarre.
ngeflank ke Wonosobo
Incog are
tuh.
just absorbing the pressure right now while they evaluate which position they want to push into, and Gas is looking back. It looks like they're waiting for this fight to kick off before they want to push in and possibly third party
Jangan
this
maksa
a
ya.
little bit. Pyrox, that Mark 14, just can't find that knock there. That was the opening that Incognito were really looking down for. Now down to 17 HP, he's going to be forced to heal on up. with Mav back behind with the Mark, but just the Mark 12 version. Inside up above, looking to try to sweep that edge a little bit and maybe catch Tim out as he's forced to cross that road. That's the knock that they were looking for. That's that little bit of advantage.
Ooh.
And a second from Waikik.
Cleaning them up, Darth. Only one to come. This little flank here from Waikik shows the experience. Spots out the last one. Headshot there. Goes down. Flushed out as well. Blazing was quick on that.
Tereliminasi langsung.
Quick enough to get it there.
Oke, gas masuk.
They're still alive.
Wah, chicken lagi, Mas. Chicken lagi.
Down as well.
Oke, chicken lagi.
Caught out a little bit there. Paradox
2v4 situation. Loh.
No, he's not going to be revived.
Itu dia. Terancam posisinya kunyit.
They're in a lot of trouble now. I'm not sure if Paradox is going to be able to fight his way out of this, Darth.
Oh, gas chicken. Terancam posisinya kunyit. Habis. Sorry. Aku keceplosan. Aduh, sorry. Antares sudah chicken. Kas sudah chicken.
Itu dia. Indonesia semakin terbang.
Indonesia semakin menjajah ya. Ayo rek, tim Indo. Indonesia semakin menjajah, bahaya ini. Kamu kapan chicken? Sering aku chicken. Kemarin aku tuh bunuh ada nicknya Fresesia Muhammad Fahmi. Ya kan? Gak tahu tuh siapa. Oh, Aldi. Kirain kamu Fresesia. Siapa aja tuh kemarin? Ada Waldi, ada yang pakai calnya Pansboy, tuyul bekas, tambal ban. Ngeri nih. Oh, Yonang. Oh, Higgs Domino. Bentar aku ambil minum dulu, guys.
Wait langsung.
Belum tak nyalakan. Kontes.
Nice vantage point here looking back towards Old Bloods. It's certainly a battle here to stay alive in this competition. They are a long way on the north side of this
Mas,
map,
halo?
but luckily,
Mana semuanya?
luckily they are
Aku
not far from
nge-mute
this
dulu,
zone,
Mas,
but they
ya,
have
makan
gone a long
kerupuk.
way north as well, Darth. It's a bit of a
Okay.
hard
Okay, Om.
path
Biar nggak
across
dengar
that
keratak-keratak.
river through the map there. We've got a bit of desert, we've got a bit of green stuff, and I mean, hopefully this swings a bit further south towards Stadium for us.
Yeah, I would like that. I think the north is a little bit too open. We've seen these rondo finishes in the past, even in this competition. These hills they're not the greatest. This is going to be a little bit of a tilter here for your Gas and your Old Bloods. Gas, of course, picking up their win in the previous match, and Old Bloods finally starting to find a little bit of a form, picking up a chicken dinner and picking up some points, getting out of relegation danger. Both teams do not want to be in a hot drop early on, particularly when they're touching the zone. They play much better when they get into that mid and late game stage. It looks like the Old Bloods are starting to disengage and they want to pull away from this fight. Whenever they've got bogged down in these early game fights, it has just been a disaster for both of these teams. And I think that history will show that if they do this again, then maybe it might not work out well for both of these teams.
I'm just trying to see if they've actually got vehicles over here, Darth. It looks as though they're trying to, like you said, back off of this fight, but they've come out on foot. Speedy K, has managed to get right up across the hill, and and Savvy now peeling off on that backside. They are out of there, but they are out of there on foot at the moment. Rapini's still there, but he's just starting to dip away now. He does have to be careful though. High card, had those shots, had that nice bit of vision. Shots going out towards, I think Savvy or Jeff may have taken a hit. Savvy it was, but Smokey's out to try and hide this retreat. And they've actually done pretty well, considering they've had to run out of town with Gas ripping in. They're actually, I think, safe now. Oh.
Yeah, I really respect that from the Old Bloods. Sometimes you got to know your strengths, and sometimes you got to know where you don't want to be taking fights. And unfortunately for the Old Bloods, on the hot drops or in this early game, we've seen it all competition. They just don't do well. And for them to realize that, and instead of trying to force it and play out of it, they're like, you know what, let's just back off. We've got a compound on the other side. We know we're pretty close to the zone, so we can get on in. Let's just regroup, reset, and just pretend we had a late drop and put this behind us. So I really like that from them. A vehicle would be will go a long way to help that retreat. So hopefully they can find something. Now it's going to come up to Gas if they want to try to chase them down, or if they're just going to continue playing their game. I think this was a good call from both of them, rather than getting bogged down, with the zone so close that you can touch it.
Yeah, hopefully they find a bike or something, Darth, because they certainly can't spot this vehicle that's way up around the corner there. I'm not sure if maybe Speedy K is going to run across to that road. He may need to try and find that. If he keeps heading the way, actually no, he's got something. He's got a bike. That's not going to get them there.
Ask for it.
I mean, it might help him. He's going across to the road, so it'll at least help him get to this vehicle over here a little bit quicker. So they will be on the move. Gas have got themselves some wheels. Meanwhile, the other three are just jogging down the road, trying to find a ride. Good thing it's been quiet elsewhere. Zanchin are pushing in central a little bit closer to Sago, who are watching that compound. Potentially, I don't know, it's not so much a bridge camp, but Bush have found themselves trapped between a 2-2 split at the moment from Sirius, so you've got to be a little bit careful here.
It's quite a difficult bridge to camp this with that island-ish in the middle, and you've got these semi-hills on the side, that tower as well. There's a lot of good lines of sight onto both sides of the river, so it's tricky-ish. It's not impossible, it's just tricky to camp it out. And I think that's something that Crafton has worked a lot on in the games. They don't want these bridges to become these huge, impassable bottlenecks, more just annoyances and nuisances, and I think that's how that's going to play on out. Push coming across the other side. They've run into Sirius now, and Fatties has gone down, and the comeback tower's right next to them, so if they can win this one on out, maybe they can find... No, they got no chance of this chip. He's got...
Just some opens up, traded. Monkey Boy goes down, but Just Some was there to get the response straight away. So Just Some is alone here, needs to shoot straight. The other two were across the bridge still. 200 damage. Flashed out. Oh my God, I'm sure he was flashed there. I don't know how he got that knock. I'm sure maybe he wasn't there. He might have looked away at the right time. Again, looks away there. Shots through the door. Almost gets another one. There are a bunch of players down. And just as that happens, Fatty's going to come in, and this could be the end of push. Juicex is the last one up. He's not going to be the only one here as Yudi comes in as well. It is Juicex alone. That is a... Oh, no, not a good flash. Flashed out, but Yudi comes around to... Gets a flash out of his own, and that is push gone. That was well played briefly there by Juice, but he has gone down. That's a wipe there for Sirius Esports, and they've got 4, but they're down to 2.
Well, down to 2 for now, Funky. With the comeback tower in their comp, I'm definitely sure they're going to be using that one to quickly get their players back. Better be quickly too, make sure they're on the next play, not the one after. And that's really how this game has changed a lot. I'm not sure. I mean, I think it's growing on me, the comeback tower. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's in the game now, so you got to play to, you know, what's here, whether it be comeback towers or TPP. You can only play the game that's in front of you.
You can. It's it adds another dimension that teams just have to deal with, isn't it? It's certainly created a few different things that coaches have to deal with as well. And there's those 2 players coming back in for Sirius Esports now. Luckily, that's really been our only fight, so we've managed to focus in on that. Lux are a long way out in Jadina City. They've got vehicles, so it looks as though they're going to drive their way in. 4 up coming in from that south side. Most of the teams are pretty well set here, and Tira's just coming through. They probably... Well, they know they've got Charm Farmers there. Buddy's watching pretty closely. I'm not sure Charm Farmers have got any idea they've got anyone close by. And look at this. They're just rolling in real quiet like.
Nobody make a sound. Nobody breathe here as they are just trying to get in there. The zone. Wow. Old Bloods. What a decision to withdraw from that fight early on with gas. And then to wrap around to the north and now fed pretty much that whole northern part.
Makan kerupuk opil itu.
Of the zone. What a decision from them. If they go
gimana cuaca di sana, Om? Di kampung banyak yang sakit enggak?
Alhamdulillah.
Di kampung kok orang-orang pada sakit aja.
Ya paling lagi ya musim-musim. Tapi di sini ya, yang di sininya sih nggak tahu ya, kayaknya sih enggak, tapi kayak mbakku kemarin yang di Jombangnya itu mulai pilek terus tenggorokan itu. Cuacanya, Mas.
Iya, cuacanya.
Hujan panas, hujan panas, hujan panas.
Yeah, another team is rotating around behind them as well. Like Mukau on the roof of the stadium at the moment. Just trying to get a bit of vision, get a bit of an idea of what's happening around them. Not a lot to see from there. It is difficult on this map for those
Wah, serius nempel gas tuh.
A mess on this map, really. It's not so open. The hills aren't so sharp like Miramar, but it's still tricky to get those lines. Charm Farmers, well, they've got 2. heading off in vehicles to, as Darth has said, cross that river, although they've just spotted out Bizalog in front. So they will double back now, but they're not out of the woods because they're heading straight back towards Enteras. And, I mean, Desire is still sitting on... That's handy. Handy for Denny Mop and Arm Farmers anyway.
It can also cross water too. That's a feature of the BRDMs which often goes unrealized. It's an aqua vehicle, so it pops out the propeller and you can just chug along there. So, you know, with those little rivers in the middle here, you don't have to worry about your path and you can just send it across, provided there's not a cliff on the other side. There is.
Well, that's it. I think I've seen it used maybe once to board the gap. Actually, on Erringle, I'm sure I saw it go from the mainland down to Sosnovka Island. And I think when I saw that, I didn't actually realise that it was the amphibious. So that was quite interesting to see it used in that way as the Charm Farmers all come back and decide to all hop in there, which can be a bit risky. Certainly if a team decides to really focus in and try and blow that thing up. It takes a bit to do it, but certainly if you get a full squad onto it, you can get rid of it reasonably quickly.
Especially if you've got a Lynx nowadays, that will shoot straight through the glass, so you can get a headshot knock on that. As, oh no, a little bit of a unfortunate situation here. We've got a gas fire trap. That seems to have worked out here as Bago is going to pay the price here. Just lured in that. It's been a while since I've seen a good gas fire trap. Quite hilarious when you see it working off. And Zone continuing to do its thing. Not as many fights kicking off as I would have thought, Funky. I would have definitely expected to see more teams coming to blows. But I think definitely on this next...
Waduh, Yona ada nge-shift ke atas. Hard shift.
Ditarik kayak gitu dong, John.
I want to see double-digit kills from them when it kicks off. Let's see. But meanwhile, all eyes. Look at that southern part of the zone. We've got how many teams? 7, 8 teams, 9 maybe, all stuck on that southern part that's got to cross this river now.
Yeah, there's a lot down there, Darth, that have to move across, and it looks like we've got a crate drop here as well for FYD, so that's handy for them. Have to wait and see who's picked up or what. The JS9 they've got in the hands of Pero there, which will be very handy, but there's a lot kicking off. Like you said, Darth, they're trying to get across the water here. This could be absolute carnage.
Yeah, I mean, it's so open crossing here. There's only so many pathing and placements that you can make way across this river. This isn't like a Wrangle. Your options are a lot more limited. Sago, they've got 4 up, but we'll see how long that lasts. Incognito, they're down to 2, losing both Insight and Paradox as they're looking to try to chase second place and maybe make a run at first. And that's not going to make it too well for them. But we're starting to get congestion galore. All Bloods, oh no, Speedy. He's gone down as that's very unfortunate there. They're in such prime positioning to capitalize and to lose a players like that. That's you really got to feel for the teams. But meanwhile, on the southern side of the zone, it is all kicking off. Funky looks like Zanshin are trying to sweep, but they've lost one of their members as well.
Oh, they certainly have. We saw one go, and this is interesting from 4 up. They've actually sent a couple on the E pickup. They've disappeared, so they've got a 2-2 split, and these two down south are a long way out of position. So they're going to run the gauntlet as well, and that's Nafscod cruising through with a bit of a drive-by. They're actually going to chase them down, but the shots are going to come back the other way. There's Silent X from Zanshin, who you just mentioned. So they've lost another one there. Charm Farmers are being shot at from multiple angles here, and Terrors are going to come through. They've still got the bus here, but she's still somehow alive. It's taken a bit of damage, but they've actually done pretty well. So Antera's pushed through. Buddy's coming through as well. Tries to get the run over to not give up any of those points. FYD here now on the defense. Shots coming from Bizalog from further away. Sago Fanboys getting involved. Y2K meds up on 1 hit point there. Somehow Old Bloods have, I think, still got 3 up. They're actually going to go for that revive system, Darth, up at Rayanne. Savvy's got back there, so they'll get that player back in, but I don't know. They've actually lost a couple, so I don't know if they'll bring those two back in or what they'll find.
Yeah, I don't even know how you're going to land on this one, but I guess that's going to be future players' problems. Meanwhile, 4up, they've got problems of their own as Antares are breaching them. Darsky just gets put down there as he goes for that flash. Suspect coming around, and he gets taken out as well. It's
Tereliminasi.
Try to reclaim and clutch up this fight as the flushes are coming in, and it's a complete disaster there. 4up, PV and Shoehorse, they're on the other side of the map. They're not contributing towards this at all, but look how few teams are inside that zone and how stuck they are on the edge. This is that Rondo paradox that you sort of see, not the player, but it looks hilly, but it's not. It's very, very open.
Yeah, it is, Darth. We've talked about this, I think, every week. It's the openness, especially on this northern side up here. Is it, looks quite deserty sort of terrain up here. Right now, Charm Farmers, they've got their armor. They've got the BRDM. They're pushing themselves nice and central. We'll go across to Zan Shin, though. They're actually in a little bit of trouble because they've only got 2 up. They're being pushed on here by Bizalog. They've got a knock back the other way. James is there. Blazing's pushed up. He's the only one up close and personal now with these two. RZ, RE working together here. Flash comes out. Wants to try and follow it up. Looking for them. They were right. Oh, now he spotted them. 2 of them up. The revive comes off. Bounces that off the fence absolutely perfectly. Gets the flash out. But not very clean on trying to get out that door. Around the corner comes RE helping out RZ. They've got one close by to deal with. Smoke comes out. They're trying to finish off this last player. Shots come through. Sortie doesn't get it done. Ringer Ronesy still trying to get around there. This one's going the distance. There's 2 of them there. James comes in.
Oof.
Nice shots. Finally, that one.
Ya memang cocok ini.
Shin have 3. Should get the revive.
Gila, 1 orang on viral.
A lot of teams have gone down already. The zone is still very open, and oh boy, that's the old bloods taken out, and they're going to be VOD reviewing this one, wondering where did it all go wrong. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. As Sirius going up to 7 kills. That's
Menggila Sirius.
from them. Gas, just trying anything to survive right now. Just
Meneng ae rek, dah wong nobar masuk gak meneng.
Blessed is going to be really close as well, looking possibly to reach in. That means using the aqua feature. Let's go. We talked about it, and opposite of commentator curse here.
Blessed is out. He's going to get that flush as well. Had to get out. I mean, it's still 50% health, so he's done okay. But he obviously was taking a lot of damage. That thing is wearing down. But he's managed to do enough and said, enough of this. I'm getting out. I need to get my gun in play or that guy's going to destroy me. Look how much the damage is falling on this thing now. He needs to get across in zone. He's got Sanai behind, trying to get across there and finish this off. He's alive for now. Well, that thing is almost toast. And it is proper toast now. Bless tucks in. Checks around the rock to see if anyone is right there. They're not. He has a
range-nya kecil kayak mobil gitu. Kalau nggak nempel banget.
Shot, perfect.
Nice.
Blast another one. Blue zone to follow up and finish off. He's going to
Cuk,
survive for a little bit longer.
Nggak telecasterin nice ini.
Again, looking across here, Darth, and you can. And they're actually moving this way as well. It could be done.
Yeah, I mean, with a zone like this, we've said it a lot of times. You got to go for the kills. Rondo is a kills-heavy map, and Blessed is actually getting a little bit of help here from retry again. So able to pick up another point here where he probably didn't deserve anything.
Ini observer mereka ya.
Biasanya kalau patah-patah gitu pindah ke posisi kanan monitornya. Biasanya kalau nggak itu ya, kalau nggak internetnya pas sungul. Kalau geser pindah monitor kanan ya mas, pasti patah-patah gitu. Ngeklik apa di kanan gitu pasti gitu.
Done well to survive this. Serious Esports go down. They're on that south side there with Incog. Incog surviving just with that 2. Will leave Blessed and get across the other side. Zan Shinner over here. with their 3, but they've got O'Valley in front of them. Just spotted out. That's enough. RZ has 2 on the
Masih
board. That is now 5 for Zanshin. So they've
main,
survived
ya.
well with those
Iyo.
2 players up. They barely survived their encounter with
Zanzi
Zizzle
nih.
as Bless finally gets found by We Try Again on the opposite side. There's
Ini Jansen tuh bukan yang
bunch of
si
Sago
Spodan
bodies
main
there.
dulu.
They are out.
Ya,
Yes.
awalnya Spudul
Go
main
out.
dulu terus
Charm Farmer
di
still kicking around.
di
Darth,
kick
they
ganti
find
ini.
themselves in the center, full squad alive with 2 kills.
Udah habis kali kontraknya.
Lock e-sport itu kemana sekarang?
Nggak ada.
Udah bubar.
Bubar. Jadi pindah ke sini itu tadi.
Ya, RJ tuh kan sama Kosire
where
itu.
they can get themselves out of relegation danger. I know
Kakosire.
maybe both have ridden them off yet, but there's still a world where they can come back and remain safe. I'd love to see that world.
Tapi kemarin LPL lagi dijajah. AE ya kuku teman. Poinnya 200 so.
RZ. That's another confirmed point up on the board. Zone doing its thing. And it's looking really nice here from the Charm Farmers. I just think they've got to get a little bit of a regroup quick smart because they're going to get pushed from multiple angles pretty soon.
Yeah, Invis needing a little bit of support here. They've really got rid of...
Ini lobbynya Stara ini mas.
He will be a big pain in
Iya.
the side of them. And there's some nice shots there from Elliot. Headshot there puts
Yang
RB
agak dominan si
down to a
RZ
very low
si
health. You can hear
Zanzin.
that BRDM. They've still got him play behind them.
Masih
They're
aku
searching
sire itu
for
mas.
him to come out. That
Yeah.
Mengundang itu.
will be on the way through. It'll be chasing him in. So they've got several guns looking that way at the moment. Waikiki getting up and busy on the other side. Incog with only 2 up, Darth. They've got 3 to deal with in front of them.
Yeah, Incog, they've
Waiki.
he's picked up all 3 right now as the push is starting to come over from We Try Again. Incog on the back foot. Mav trying to get that lower angle. He's got some nice tags on to bot. As Waikik, there's not much that he can do. He's pretty trapped. Mav is going down now.
Kelihatan kakinya.
Waikik and Mukau is now looking like he's in a world of trouble. Realizes that he's got to back off before he gets
Wih.
wiped out. As,
Antara splashmentnya boleh-boleh nih.
Get cleaned up because I go down. Waikik opening up
Wih.
now. He's in his
Wih.
fight. He's taking down
Wih.
1. Can he take down
Kena
the second?
jiggle-jiggle.
No, he cannot, and Incog are going to go down.
Jiggle there.
Oh, very sharp work by Cow. No cover at all. Just playing the ridge line there. Put that first player down. Bot went down super quick and so close to getting rid of Teddy, but that is Incog gone. 3 teams alive.
WTA.
Darth, and it is Charm Farmers working together here. They've still got 1 controlling the high ground. Still got that. Oh, that is fantastic.
Wah,
From Snoopy onto Invis. He can roll back. Potentially get revived.
Waduh, sangare pak.
From Snoopy. And now he's got Elliot. This is Charm Farmers falling apart. No, it's not. Elliot was there. It's not completely done and dusted yet. Anek is back there. That Famus is absolutely wrecking into Enteras. Don't forget, We Try Again. You can just see them on the minimap.
Momen
They're starting to
WTA
get
maju.
across. They're going to third party this fight. This one is all going to be done and dusted. We might not even get to phase 7 the way we're going.
Nah, it's looking more and more unlikely right now. We Try Again got to get involved in this fight, but Charm Farmer's got a real chance now to reset as We Try come again. They're going to take on the last Enteras member, and that'll give them just that half a second. They've got half a second to reset and regroup, and it'll be a 4 versus 3 fight right now. If they can take out We Try Again, we're going to see the bottom part of our leaderboard really stepping up tonight. Either way, Charm Farmers can be really happy with this. TD's got the high ground on that rock, putting down some fire. They've got themselves a little bit trapped now on the side of the hill, Charm Farmers. If they can get themselves out of this, it'll be so impressive.
Oh, really well. But Teddy's just better there. 600 damage.
Gila pasang badan Teddy ya.
Iya. So,
tanpa cover bisa kayak gitu loh mas.
Itu kalau itu berarti TD WD tuh.
Rio PD Pol itu.
PD Pol tuh dia buka badan.
They're going to push across to make sure they don't get him up. Down goes Denim up. They're going to be flushed out here by Bot. That takes We Try Get up to 14 kills. There's only 2 left up for Charm Farmers. They've made it into the top 2. It's been a good. It's been their best night so far. But Elliot goes down. It is Invis only. They are just going to rip into that thing. I mean, Kev should have probably stayed on the rock. Invis is out. The bus must be in trouble. He's going to run around the corner.
WTA
Are going to come through with a big
16 kill.
kill win.
Undeng.
Ngeri. Ngerti dhewe barangnya. Cek, ambil minum sama makan di pitik.
Oh, atau kenapa nggak ikut, Om? Nggak ada info atau gimana itu? Mana Om Tos?
Ambil makan dulu aja.
masukin ini ya. Kayak gimana tuh? Masuk sini. Mana? Sini.
Back in here quite easily.
Yeah, this is how the game's changed a lot. Because in the past, maybe, well, not Zanshin, but a team third party, this might just, run away a little bit with the tail between their legs. Once bitten, twice shy, something like that. But with the comeback tower, no, there's a lot to
Mas
play
Dras
for.
info
Get
turni
this
dong
back.
belum ada.
So it's really changed how this game plays out. Even going down to a solo, it's not game over yet. There's still a lot that can happen, and
Belum
really
ada
changes how
Yiki.
you play this one on out.
Iya ndak bisa harus
They're
dicolokin itu.
still a bit split, the teams, and it's going to make it hard to cross this open ground. We've seen
Udah nggak
all the
bisa,
players
Mas.
I think have gone down on the cross, so kicking this fight off and not letting it drag out into a stalemate, it's going to be a bit more difficult as time does go on.
Yeah, Silent X, RE managed to cross over the road here. They still had, I think it was, Bago sitting way back up on the hill, just covering from there, but just peeling away now, maybe looking for a vehicle, looking to get back down there and get involved with this one. 16 teams, 60 alive now. The battle for Picardo still kicks along here. 3 teams we've got here, 3 minutes away still before we even hit phase 2. Silent X looking to work his way through. Shots still back and forth, and now that's Old Bloods trying to fourth party this in fact.
Belum ada info turni Yiki. Scream yang ada hari Selasa.
Serious Esports in that 5 stacker, looking to get involved as well, take some tires away, make things difficult. RE though, meanwhile, he's actually just happy to sit pretty quietly underneath these guys and just maybe catch them on the way out if they decide to leave.
Yeah, the longer this goes on, the more I worry it's going to turn into a bit of a stalemate, particularly with Old Bloods getting on these hills on the outskirts, and we've got a little bit of burnt ground.
Sudah balik ke Thailand kah kamu Mipo apa wis? Ndak.
Oh dear.
Making a bit of a nuisance of themselves, but with all that noise, Zanshin have popped their heads out, and Silent, well, he remains silent, and that's why it's going to pick up that kill, and he should pick up that flush as well. So we're seeing a few teams losing some members already. We've lost 4 players before phase number 1, and we'll be closed on out.
Trying to get the grenade through there. Y2K hasn't been flushed. Winter's actually done pretty well to stop Silent X getting that flush. And this, no. He's going to try and get down there, but doesn't quite move quick enough. Would have been better just jumping off the balcony almost. So they don't get that revive, but they should be able to get that blue chip though, Darth. Like you said, that recall system is only across the road. So that is in play for all of these teams that are in trouble here, as well as certainly Sirius is one of those. So Fatties, I mean, these Fatties had actually gone across and has now come back to where he was before. So I'm not sure what the reasoning was there. I'm not sure if they've decided to maybe look for those chips now, but they squatted up nice and tight, but now they're split again. And I don't know, Darth, I can't help but think that's actually pretty dangerous with FYD still lurking around with their 2, Zanshin with their 2 as well.
Yeah, it's turning into a standoff here, and I guess the real thing's going to come down to what the zone ends up doing, where it ends up shifting, because that's going to dictate whether teams stay and try to fight it out, or we're going to see some tactical regroups and retreats. Meanwhile, the rest of the lobby, they're still going to have their fights going on. Gas going to pick up Puggy as he goes down, courtesy of No Names. Gas had a
Nggak bisa kemana-mana lagi. Masih di Indo.
Jenggot bagi-bagi 100.000 koin.
Wih.
Pesan Ji Samsu.
Terima kasih Mbah Jenggot, matur suwun. Terima kasih Ji Samsunya. Akhirnya nongol juga Bang Jenggot. Sudah lama tidak menongol. Salah satu donatur kursi saya ini yang di belakang nih. Terima kasih Bang Jenggot, rezeki lancar, manuknya semakin bersinar. Mbah Jenggot. Wancuk.
Beautifully placed by Incog. that is the end of No
Loh,
Names. In
Bombirnya
fact,
gimana?
as
Oh,
those
beda
two go
ini.
down, there was another
Ada
one
kompon.
went down
Iya.
somewhere else because there was 3 still up, but those 3 went
Oh, kalau ada
very
yang
quickly
ngedonate
indeed.
kedengar juga
As
ya
we
dong
try
di
again
Discord.
on the move inside,
Iya.
looking close. They've still got
Loh, sampai denger di
cuma
Discord kah?
across the road
Iya.
inside. Oh, this is dangerous. Tips in there.
Loh, kalau
but,
di Discord enggak,
I don't
Mas.
know if he got the call or if he spotted
Loh,
them there, but
aku nggak
immediately
ngedengar di
dipped
YouTube.
away from
Oh,
that
saya nggak
fight,
nonton
and we
YouTube.
try again, ripping
Enggak.
into
Oh, iya,
Nah,
berarti
Bang
masuk.
Incog, and now Mav could
Di
be in
live-nya
trouble as
ini,
well,
live
so Valley and
Discord Om
Sago are
Bros.
coming
Oh,
out
live
of his
Discord.
Iya,
Ku.
maksudnya ke Discordnya juga ada suaranya.
Yeah, unusual here from Incog. They're just getting a little bit caught out on this rotate. You typically don't see this from them. They usually have scouted out the compounds well. But like usual, they've managed to regroup, so no harm, no foul there. The Battle of Picardo is raging on. No team really wants to leave it.
Really.
At the edge, Zanshin, they're trying to sweep on through and finish this off. As FYD, they've managed to come out of it, and they're just holding that edge. But they haven't really escaped Picardo. They're just on the honorary edge of Picardo, as it's really dragging on, and pretty soon the Blues going to be here and force this fight one way or the other.
Yeah, it certainly is, Darth, as we're into phase 2, which has
Zanzin.
gone across towards Nuevo there, and Sago find themselves pretty central along with Gas, as Savvy's going to go down from Old Bloods. I'm not sure how far away was he? Did he actually head across? Oh, no, caught out in that bowl. Again on the rotate. I mean, if Nafscott didn't catch him, Incog certainly would have, as he pushed out in front for Old Blood. So they lose one there, but back to the Picardo fight. Serious Esports still with their two up. Had a nice look at Ari there, who's now decided to get a bit more active. He's got to cross in towards this 5-stack now. A little bit of cat and mouse play. Actually, Silent X has gone down. That one we missed. So it's about time, I think, that Bago got down here. I don't know. I don't think they've picked up that blue chip from RZ. So Zanshin have still got a bit of work to do here. They need Bago in to be able to finish this fight off and get their players back in.
Yeah, they really do, Zanshin, if they want to keep that lead as large as possible at the top.
Oh,
But,
dear.
this is opportunities for other teams, and this is where...
Third party, third selungkul ini.
Force the fight with them and try to
Okay.
take them down, especially if you're serious and you're thinking about making maybe a run at first place or trying to climb that leaderboard, because if these teams keep eating up all the points, it's going to make it especially difficult for you. Bago starting to make his run in to regroup and use those numbers to try to finish off this fight, as they've evened it up
bingung.
now in a 2v2. Silent
Timing banget
continuing
anjir.
to bleed on out. As serious, they're just holding the door. I wonder if they heard the footsteps of a Kosai on the other side.
Silent's going to go, but Bago's arrived. Makes it a 2v2. Again, both these teams lurking. Still need to be able to get these chips. He's posted up on that door.
Semakin menjauh.
I think they've heard the steps. They've got a good idea.
Antara
Bago's taking shot
semakin
from
menempel gandung.
somewhere else, getting some third-party shots in from afar. He's managed to tuck in there. Ari goes loud. It's kicking off now. Bago's just managed to get that met up. Finally, they managed to catch up, but Ari goes down. It's the Saga coming out. He's flushed out. It is Bago alone, still taking shots. He's been spotted. 2 to deal with. Just getting onto some high grounds. Really has to pull through for Zanshin now. Takes a headshot. Oh, gives away a headshot. In trouble. He's not going to get this man away. Zanshin go out in 15th place. Serious Esports finally get control of Picardo.
Yeah, it was a long, hard-fought fight, and it's still not over. FYD, Yiko's still looking on the edge of here. I think that was him third party this fight as well. As we move on, and Tara's now turning their attention towards the Charm Farmers off the back of their best match of the competition. Now looking to try to rotate in, but they're stuck in all of these bowls right now. It could end up being very, very messy, as Denny coming back the other way. Denny gets taken down low. Great headshot towards him. Has forced him out of the vehicle. Desire pushing down now. Denny realizes that he's forced in this fight.
Bam.
Stun ready over the top, but Denny's down to 23
Wah, jaluk backup.
HP.
Minta
Good
backup tuh,
stun.
kabul.
He's deciding what he wants to do. He's got that grenade prime
Bam.
on the other
Iya,
side.
dia nunjuk-nunjuk ke arah bukit ngasih
There's a little bit too
ngasih
far. Dance continues
mark.
on this side. Desire up and above. Denny goes down.
Desire too good, and Terrace with the 2. The rest of Charm Farners have disappeared now.
Nah,
14
komunikasi
alive.
itu
Incog getting
slumul.
into it here with Naf Scott. Cunny's going to go down from
Oh,
the side.
dua orang.
Intended with 2. Waikikamu Cow tucked
Oh!
behind that fence. Inside is down. Think he's being revived. Dips coming in for some help.
Kendeng Pak Apis, Pak.
Intended shoots well. Cow.
Sewangar.
Around behind the fence, takes some headshots. Has to duck in away from that blue zone grenade. I'm not even sure where.
Alah, dari kejauhan.
Gonna be from Dip with all the
Oh,
utility
Dipsit main
build
sudah.
thrown in there. Cow
Wah,
manages
emane.
to Scott finally go. And it's going to be Insight that finishes off. Paradox is down. Smoke's come out. Incog with 5 kills. They get some
Belum
breathing
diangkat.
on that south side.
Just managing to absorb the pressure, resetting incognito. That's their experience showing and coming through. As one of our other experienced teams, they're in a little bit of trouble on this edge here. Once again, JFT getting a little bit confused here. Might as well have said Panic. 4 up, coming around and looking
Kena
to
spray
really
antar rekening sama habis.
south, part of
Gobis.
western part.
Celaka.
Just gets shot right off that vehicle. Driving down that main street is just way too open there for him. No chance of him being revived with the rest of his team. Way too far away.
We go back to Sago. Fanboys, sunny side up. Goes down as we try again. Crash in hard, wanting to steal this compound away. Old Bloods are lurking on the minimap as well. They, I think, were thinking about coming this way, but they've got problems of their own. They're still going to be moving around, trying to stay alive here. O Valley working overtime. Charm Farmers are gone. Looks as though 4 up, getting stuck right into them. 2 kills so far for Sago. We try again. Who are they shooting at? There's still 4 of them up here in one building. Sago with 3. It's a standoff at the moment. You did see Old Bloods there. There's players down. It looks as though it could be Rapini alone. Here comes
Cuki.
Incog, briefly having a little bit of a look.
Wow,
through.
itu
They're gonna
komponen gas
carry on
enak
through.
iki.
Shots are going to rain onto them from Glory A Supreme. And they look to get the utility out. Incog pathing through. This is getting to be
Enak ya
quite
kalau dia
messy.
yang
Team
ngomong wong
starting
orang
to
yang
try
apa
and
bahasa
rotate
Inggrisnya
through.
Glorious
It's gone
Supreme.
bad.
Kalau aku yang ngomong
For
Glory A Supreme ya kan. Glory ini loh. Khas Birmingham aksen ya kan.
They're pathing.
Ya, namanya orang Indo, Om.
Iya kan kalau orang
Didn't even give up a knock on that.
Orang luar kan emang
Glory A
memang
Supreme ya kan. Kalau aku aksen Britishku yang nggak bisa hilang mas. Glory A Supreme ya kan.
Pushing in. Caval's going to join out as well as AJ is going to be the last one up and standing. The tags from Miller, the third party coming in.
Wah roto pak.
Matter because overly with the double barrel comes in Diego. Another fantastic match from them.
Double barrel
To
dogmu.
6 kills. But it looks like Gas is here, so there's going to be a welcoming party of the fiery Gas as he tries to get a revive up quick smart.
Oh dear, utility coming in. Shots are coming in, third parting. Lelux are getting those shots through there. Blue zone grenades coming through. He tucked into a corner overlay. He's in the safe corner, the only safe corner there was in the room. Grenades raining in. They're not putting him in the right
Berapa menit
place.
tuh masuk?
He wanted to get this revive off, and out comes the shotgun. He's got no more utility to burn there.
Nah,
He's got a grenade.
masuk
Smokes
udah
will
nggak ada
certainly
nih.
help. That's, I think, bounced off the teammate or the... I mean, he potentially could pick him up here. They're lurking, still trying to clear out every room. They're going through a lot of utility here. Gas at the moment. O Valley hasn't managed to take any of them.
Masih ada blue zone pak.
Grenade. This could be the end of them. Could almost get that revive, but no, goes down. Has to worry
Yeah.
about medding himself up. Blue zone should
ke
burn off.
JPT,
There
ya.
it goes. Still alive. I'm not sure Gas have got a lot of good utility left. They've burnt a lot to basically get rid of one player. This grenade could be good. Might get a knock, but it's
Hey! Hey!
Smoke. He's still going to do
Oh!
He takes 2 down. Overly. He's
Kok
still
iso?
2 kills.
Rek!
He might be able to get a flush here as well.
Bolang megang
Goes straight
apa
past it.
itu
He's got one to
pistol
deal with.
tadi.
He can't do it.
Hai, Pak.
Oh, it's high card.
Po, untuk ditolong Haikat, Pak. Iso koyo ngono ngebuse.
Gas. That would have been absolutely epic if Overly had pulled that one off.
That was
So itu kalau sampai Haikat turu. Hi.
something special. I thought he got
Itu bolang
Nah, itu.
megang pistol ini kayaknya.
Uzi kayaknya ya.
Bukan pistol ini Om, pistol apa listrik itu. Wah, untung gak ada yang nge-push mereka.
Cuk. 3 loh meh itu Haikat.
Yeah, it really is. We go back to Insight as he was kicking off. There's the 3 teams out here. Mav has to cover from further back. They like, oh, no, he's walked up
Waduh.
into that. 4 up go out. Insight goes down. That's Antares cruising through. I think he was looking
Antares
for the 4 up players
merubah
in this bowl,
strategi
but
dia.
just happened to be Antares coming through right at the same time. 6 kills, 3 players alive. Rapini is going to go out. Finished off by Serious Esports. Because they're out in the field here sharing. Well, they're not sharing. There's Rapini. He's giving away his hay bale shed. Gas. They get control of that south side. We just saw that. Lux, meanwhile, have been sitting pretty. They've been trying to farm some shots and damage from their compound. Decent compound at the moment. We'll go back to them in a moment. Dead Pedal is alone.
Alah,
And Dead
gubis.
Pedal is gone.
Nggak jauh-jauh.
Difficult for Dead Pedal there. They have the hill and the entire advantage they're blazing. So yeah, he's a Dead Pedal, right? As well, that leaves up into our final fights going on here. Bit spread out. It's almost like a star formation going on. No one really wants to play the hail bales in the center. And
Timing banget
this is why,
ngambil
because
banan.
there's so many lines of sight down on towards them and the zone. Interesting. It doesn't shift onto the field, but just shifts up towards the northern part.
It certainly does. And Lux finally might pick up some points here, Darth, and they do. That's Blessed picking up their first kill. They've been up here overlooking a lot of fights. They've got plenty of vision from here, but haven't managed to get any kills out of all the carnage that's gone on. 6 teams, 17 alive. Match 5 of the night here. And Terrace have been doing well. Been a few marked things popping up. And there we go. Serious Esports finally go. Sands gets himself down to the field. And they do manage to get those angles there that you spoke of, Darth. There's just not a lot of hiding space in there.
Nggak ada mobil lagi.
Angles on those hay sheds. And now Gas have decided to send 2 in there themselves.
Aduh.
And they could get farmed out of here pretty quickly.
Wah, nggak bisa ini ditungguin Antares sama tim Luke tuh.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. It's a desperate
Agak susah nih.
play coming into these fields. You don't really
Ya
want
kalau
to
mau
be there, but sometimes
mau
you have
lebih
choice.
ini mending
Well, that's gonna come
nabrak
down
dek
to
kabul nggak
where
sih?
the Lux and Gas want to go. If they crash in on them, it could be problematic.
4 orang
But if they
langsung.
wrap around
Oh,
and
ada
find
nih,
that
Biral
way
masih ada.
of,
Mobil.
survival and terrors opening up as Gas
Awas
decide to push on in and regroup. Lux, yeah, and terrors starting to find those angles and knocks. So this is going to be difficult, very, very difficult for them. And here comes the Lux, if you can see on the mini map. Wrapping around, getting those multiple angles, they want to clear them out. They don't like that.
Halo.
Yeah, they really don't. They want the hay bales for themselves. Here, Darth. The utility's going to come in. Here comes Blessed as well.
Pakai
throwing
bedak
everything in.
kayak
Be
gitu,
careful
Dek,
here,
Dek.
though, Lee Lux, because Enteras are on the other side. The smoke, I
Tuh.
think, is covering.
Angelo
Enteras. They
kena
can't see
bom.
right here. Blessed has got himself in there. Wants to clear these out. He could go down to Enteras. He's had to tuck in. Should be able to be covered by Sands.
Oh iya.
As VX is the only one left up there. Gets Killaroo in as well. Got to be careful with that utility coming in. Still the 1 player remaining. 6 kills. Lelux out. He steps and goes down. 7 now. Killaroo knocks. Might be just safe there. Top side of the hill will go back to Incognito. Mavs here alone. Being pushed here by Bizalog. Has a player right up close and personal. That's going to be blazing. He could potentially go down. Tucks in. No, he doesn't. He's going to go down. And Terrace managed to put him down in the end, even though the shots were coming from Miller as
Gundul,
well. They are very
gundul,
spread here
batu.
at the moment, Lilux.
Ini
They are
kayaknya
farming
bisa
things here.
Antares nih.
Bisa Antares.
Yeah,
Tuh kan, orang towernya dimatikan semua yang atas sama Antares. Dah, tinggal satu sisi. Wah, dijajah Indonesia beneran nih. Dah.
Miller, that wrap up towards that north eastern part of the zone, that's going to provide a foothold and options now from Lpl. So that was a big play from
Absen.
them and a big
Nararia
to
sudah
try
lama
to
tidak
help Western
kelihatan.
Sands, who are in a very difficult position in this field.
Yeah, you can see they've marked out those couple of Enterra's players that are on that south side. Miller certainly knows where Buddy is on the north. It's only so long that those two down that bottom side can hold there. They'll have to move at some point. Killaru's going to have to be able to cover them here. Out with the Dragon off, 7 kills. Still taking some shots, but not only Lpl have to move here, Darth. I mean, Anak and Desire across there have to go as
Harusnya
well.
dapat nih. Oh, tapi ada
I
mobil.
don't know if this UAS is any good. They've got plenty of loot to work their way through. This thing looks okay. Blessed is low on health and they're meeting up with what they can find, but they should be able to get out of here because all these
Tiga
threats
nggak
from the Lux are in
zona.
the zone. There's only 2 in this zone.
Nah, cabut tuh yang jaga Devan, yang jaga anak bawang nih, Devan. Aduh, momen timing aja. Au.
And Killaroo with the Dragon off, that's exactly what he needed.
Oke, dapat malah lolos dia.
Into the zone as well. Fantastic play. Not to panic, but just to
Iya, nggak bisa dipush, soalnya terbuka untuk umum.
That's allowed them to regroup and get out of a position which I didn't think that the Lux were able to get out of, but they've done it here. Now they can completely.
Ini lagi ngececang semua nih tembakannya Antares nih.
4v3 fight on this moderately hilly part, we'll call it rocky part of Myanmar. Lpl taking on Antares.
Yeah, it's a close fight, really. I mean, Enterra's 7th place, Lpl 9th place. One of the better finishes this season from Lpl. Again, on there on the right side of that leaderboard, and we've sort of mentioned they're not completely
Masih
safe from that
selamat
bottom
semua.
four, but they're probably
Nararia
of the team on that
selungkul.
right side, one of the ones that has been more consistent, and we do expect to
Ini terbuka untuk
really not have a bad night.
Oh, nggak ada yang lihat, Pak.
Couple of nights.
Oh, kenotis sama
Drift a
Budi.
long way down, and certainly with shots like that from Sands, who is leading the damage at the moment. Good
Oh,
shots there,
sama.
still jousting, still poking. Sands.
Kena tuh. Podo-podo. Sama-sama ngepick semua.
He's on 10 hit points, 750 damage for Sands. That's a nice wrap. He got the knock in the end, but Buddy may be revived here if Desire can get around there.
Yeah, but even if he does get revived, Killaroo and Sands have to wrap now. This is what will win them the match if they get it out. This was a big play from Sands. Extremely risky, but you got.
Aduh, Devan diplank.
Allowed Sands to wrap all the way around. This has been
Loh, bisa masuk, Pak.
That was such a good play.
Kon. Sudah.
It's just going to be the solo left up and standing.
Nggak bisa keluar, Pak.
Best performance of the season.
Itu dia. 11 kill. Oke, last match sampai ini sini. Last match. Sih, bentar ambil minum.
Last match.
taking fights or the kings of taking fights and creating bottlenecks, it's definitely going to be Zanshin. And with the 30-ish, that lead's actually been cut down a lot. It was over 50 points at one point tonight, but with that 30-ish point gap at the top means they can go out and take more chances than you normally would. The drive-by coming out. The drive-by is not working out over here as Vex goes down. Ekosa is going to say thank you very much for that. Had no right to survive that. But he takes out that point and he takes out that kill. The flush will come out as well. And yeah, the gas, that's not what they wanted. They thought they were going to get
Trap not working kali ini.
at the end, they're the ones who got taken down.
Yeah, no right to survive at all. Somehow got out of that. They're not clear yet completely. High card is there, but he's backing off from that one. I'm thinking if VX hadn't driven into that tree, he might have actually held that spray and Ari would have gone down. On the other side, though, it's not all over and done with because up on the top of the hill, FYD are across here. And so too the rest of Zanshin, and I feel like Gas are in a little bit of trouble. Bago chasing down, looking for that drive by seat switch. Now's the opportunity. That's all he needed, a short tap. As high card goes down, and I'm pretty sure that only really leaves one left up for Gas. And they're not completely safe yet. They're going to send it hard into Elazar and probably keep going. So Gloria Supreme survive for now, but we'll see for how long. Tigard gets finished off.
Big first can do, Funky.
Uh-oh.
You're afforded that opportunity to just play your game, and you know Zanshin, it didn't work out at the start, but they got many chances to try.
Right now, though, Old Blood Star, this could be danger, danger. They're dropping in between 4 Up and Incognito. Somehow they've dropped safe. Jeff's a little bit isolated.
Aduh, gas kok
Shields
malah
is across, Suspect as well. Both on the hunt.
tersrungkul.
One remaining player coming in at Speedy K in a vehicle.
Go 4 Up, just regrouping right now, taking that little bit of a chill pill. No need to overextend in Cruise. It's a tricky city to fight out of. The streets are wide and there's a big gaps in between the buildings, so the third parting is such a pain in the butt over here. It's very difficult to take clean team fights, particularly on that church sort of hill. Old Blood deciding to pull out a little bit, and I like that.
Iya,
If they can get up
itu
on that hill
pembedanya.
and play around the northern part, around the Campo sort of area, I think there's a lot more movement, and they're going to help prevent themselves from getting trapped. So I really like this from them. They probably just went in to get those vehicles from the E-pickups and didn't overstay their welcome. That's the second time tonight where they've decided to, just move away from these fights early to mid-game. And last time they capitalized well on it. We'll see how they do this match.
Yeah, they've pulled back well. I've got to deal with getting past Pivy, and Jeff's got to deal with having his car upside down. So he's now on foot. He's parked that one nicely. Immediately out to check the surrounds, but he's safe now, whether they come back or not. They've got a couple of vehicles, so Jeff will be picked up. They'll regroup. There's that zone switch, and it does center up just outside of Cruise. Everyone is on the rotates there. Those bottlenecks haven't been too bad. A lot of teams have wrapped a fair way around to that west side. We try again at pushing in behind Bizalog, who could take a fight here. James is, not sure what's happening with them. Might have bugged out potentially. Seems like they haven't been spotted.
The bugs in PUBG.
I don't know.
It's just a feature. New feature.
New feature. They're gone. Either way, they've moved along. Lilux, well, they've driven all the way from Partona, Darth. That would be a bumpy and annoying ride. They're still not into this zone yet. They're going to be chasing that blue all the way in. That last remaining gas player actually held up in Elazar and could actually pick up a sneaky kill if Bago's not real careful.
Antares.
But right now, most of these teams are on the move and not too far away from this zone.
Nah, it's going to be a difficult zone for a lot of teams. Interesting that the Lux haven't changed their pathing. I wonder if they're going to go for a big wrap and try to come in from the northern part of the zone. Looking at their pathing, that's very interesting to see from them. But this zone is already starting to get very, very busy. So I'm not sure where they're going to be able to slot into. All Blood's finding their compound to slot into that now that Jeff has got himself a bit of a pickup, no longer driving the vehicle. His privileges have been taken away from him, and a few welcoming shots are now going to be taken towards their neighbors, just showing a bit of presence, seeing if they can get a cheeky knock, maybe even a
Bang Bon?
cheeky flush.
Yo.
Yeah,
Yo,
a few shots
makanan
out
dulu.
from Old Blood, seeing a few
Oh, udah beres
teams
dah.
around them.
Ah,
They look
silakan.
across to No Names, and now they
Ayo,
spot out.
mari om.
Thank
Iya,
you.
mari
Leon
yo,
now
mari
rotate through,
silakan
16 teams.
diselungul.
We've still got 60 players, so still plenty of time to go. Plenty of
Evaluasi
bodies
ya,
up and around. The Lux, big wrap on for them. They've finally nearly caught up to that blue zone. Zanshin are just dragging their feet a little bit out here. Z's out here just looting up someone on the road. Has to be careful though, because the Lux will be right on their tail soon, but they've actually maybe stopped to met up maybe, or I'm not sure what the play was there, but they're still coming through. Z hasn't. Oh, he's onto it. He might have heard them. He's certainly ready for it. Luckily though, they've all drifted wider, so he'll let them go. The Lux will carry on. Like you said, Darth, that they are pushing right around towards that north side.
Very safe rotate, but we'll see on the back of their chicken dinner. Maybe they want to pick up another one. Maybe they want a Fiesta, open up with themselves a KFC or an Elganos now.
Names are very spread over here as well. Pug, well,
Above, no names looking down.
yeah, very much on his own.
Just waiting for the zone. Just waiting for the zone to do its thing.
15 seconds out from that zone. Lux still cruising. Charm Farmers are about to come in that north side. Zanshin not in a much of a rush at all. Happy to sweat on this one. We're about to see that one head in. Charm Farmers hit it just as it shifts. No Names, it feeds in their direction. 4 up still pretty good, but this one, it's going to bring everyone a lot closer together going forward.
It definitely is. Really favouring Saloon with that high ground. The No Names, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to keep this split going. As Charm Farmers, they've got a few needles that they've got to thread here. There's a lot of teams in between the dam and safe ground. And as soon as I say that, Maka and Invis immediately go down, and that needle was not threaded well.
Not at all. I don't think they really expected Timlax to be sort of randomly out here in a bit of an odd sort of little bowl he was sort of playing in. Odd spot to be, just didn't want to be in on the compound. Charm Farm, well, and that's the other pair. So, not great pathing from the Charm Farmers. Probably a little bit of luck went against them there, but Old Blood said thanks very much as Savvy gets sat down, but they managed to be on the end. Whoops. Bit of dodge and weave. Jeff didn't know which side he was getting in, but Old Bloods have decided it's time for them to move. Push out on the move as well. And like you said, Darth, this spread from No Names could come back to bite them.
Oh, about to find out, because here comes the first crash. It looks like Rems is going to leave now, but that zone is a lot more open now, so a lot's going to come down to how much attention teams are playing and if other crashes are going on. On that south, it looks like we've got a little bit of a three-way crash between teams going on. So that's going to draw a lot of fire away from Rams, and that's what's helped to allow him to regroup.
Ooh.
Now looking down, and
Big
Inkog
need.
cleaning up and going all the way to a 3-4 as FYD are going to become the second team eliminated this match.
Yeah, 3 kills there in sight. Nice grenade
Sisa
play getting in there.
berapa
Goodbye,
tim di Indonesia?
FYD.
2
It is
tim,
starting to
3
kick
tim.
off
Masih
in
ada
this,
gas 1 orang.
Phase 3 zone, and we are ticking along towards Phase 4
Duh,
as
hilang.
well. So things are starting to move along
Sisa
here. If we
2
get rid of
tim.
another couple, we might get a little bit of a lull. Nice move by Push, and No Names. You called it out there, Darth. They were looking a bit spread. They've decided to stack it up now 4 deep, so they should be safe for a little bit unless they get pushed on hard. Lux finally making it into the zone, but getting a little bit close to Bizalog here. Bizalog already picked off half of a team on their rotate. And this is exactly where it was as well. Killaroo somehow getting through. His vehicle not in the best shape. That's actually taken a bit of a beating. And the rest of the team are still coming through. Miller is in trouble. He's on fire. He's got to give that one away. He actually finds some sort of safety. It's not fantastic. They're certainly not safe from the high ground up past push. No names are up there and can probably shoot down, and the shots are actually coming in there. They're not safe. They're not in zone. They're in the middle of nowhere at the moment, Lilux.
Wih, NF ketemu Antares. Terculik satu orang, Popeye.
And I mean, that's a bit of a rough one for them. They had absolutely no idea whatsoever what was going on in the zone. This is the first time that they've been out of the blue all match. So it's a bit of a difference for them right now. Now they've got We Try Again coming in right behind them. This could turn into an absolute cluster.
Okay, Red Kill.
We Try Again are just going to drive on past. Now we're going to be cloud carring it with... Now we're going to be... There we go. Now we're going to be cloud carring it with the Lux chasing down onto them. So at the very least, at least they're going to have 3 guns shooting down towards the team. Make it now 2 guns as they're slowly falling apart, the Lux. And yeah, these big rotates, it's hard. It's a hard one for them.
Yeah, very tricky. You saw them marking up on the map. They're just looking for a bit of a bowl to play out of. This is going to have to do for now. This is okay. I think
Kenapa PUBG itu seru karena nggak ada yang dominan.
I mean, if it wasn't already getting busy, it's going to get even worse now. They're alive for the moment. There's one player coming in on foot from Gloria Supreme, and he's going to be ghosting in behind
masih ada gas.
Incognito. He could make a real nuisance
Cuman
of
Angelo,
himself
masih selamat
out
tapi.
there. The rest of the team are to the south. And Waika Kamukau does go down to EBM. I think he'd actually been into that blue chip revive because he's managed to get 2 players back in for them. Cow goes down. Mav, Paradox have had to turn back to try and deal with this. They've left Insight to try and deal with 4 up on the further in front of them. Then I can see a mortar heading away in the distance. Actually, it's drifting over this direction. Insight with 500 damage. The mortars are landing up around where Lilux were. Right now, Insight out here fighting the fight against 4 up alone. Hasn't managed to get rid of Dusky just yet. Gloria Supreme after just getting 2 back in. They're finally gone.
Wah, mati habis.
Yeah, starting to kick off now as
Melaku dewe-dewe.
looking to see if he can get Mav back up and standing. To be honest with you, I'm pretty surprised how many teams have managed to survive in this zone, especially considering we're into match number 6. But that's how much they want it for the last time in this season. They're fighting hard. The Lux managing to
Yang membedakan itu teamwork, Rek. Nggak bisa dipungkiri.
That's huge, and the flush is coming out as well. That is some
Udah kelihatan toh.
use from them. Managing to capitalize on it.
Teamwork.
Up onto the board. That's well and truly keeping them out of relegation.
Kelihatan yuk.
Hell, forget about that. They're now climbing up, maybe even looking to see if
Mungkin ya, mungkin bedanya yang teamwork itu setiap dia melangkah itu mungkin ada komunikasinya.
They've gotten themselves out of relegation danger. They should stay out of there, provided there isn't a big collapse. And
tuh. Juarang yang terculik satu-satu. Dari match pertama sampai match terakhir. Minimal trade kill, minimal.
Still throwing mortars around. Old Blood's trying to get rid of Enteras here. They're still right out on the edge of zone.
Tuh kayak gini dia maju. Tuh langsung. Jadi tiap gerakan dia langsung nge-push.
They've got to be able to breathe over here on this side of the map. They're tucked in behind the vehicle. Rapini gets put down at low. B Savvy's the one with the health. And now they're taking shots from 4 up. 4 up coming out.
Dimakan malan.
Rapini's still down. Savvy's had enough. He's rolling.
Tereliminasi.
And Terras are finally gone. 4 kills now for Old.
Tinggal Sirius sama Gas.
100 damage, and I think Rapini's going to be too difficult to pick up here as that blue zone sweeps away from him, Darth, and they've still got to find a way in. Nope.
Yeah, now they've run into 4 up, who just says, thank you very much. Shoehorse just taking that one. Another notch on the belt for him. Speedy coming in. It's going to be difficult to see him not follow the same fate. In front, he's going to go down, but it's going to be to Kevel from We Try Again. Now 4 up are going to make their way in. They've got Incog and Lalux of all teams holding a little bit of a line in front of them. So it's
Betul.
leapfrogging the team.
Gak nge-cash aku siapa? Ardi.
Suspect just gets sat down.
Nantilah season berikutnya aku tak nge-cash di sini. Aku masih ada akses loh ini nge-cash di Australia ini. Ya memang dia startnya jam 2.
Oh, they really needed it.
Ini liganya Australia, liganya Australia.
On this side of the map. I mean, Bless did not even know that 4 up were coming in behind. He completely had his back turned. That's how noisy loud it is over here. The smoke's come out. Shoehorse is going to go down. See another player sneaking up from behind. Pivy into the smoke. Tucks down to, and then it's a grenade from We Try Again. They're throwing it. Miller, Killaroo still going for their luck. Somehow they've just managed to be just that far in to survive. They're just being able to
ngajak kan?
into these teams. They've only managed to pick up.
Tuh.
They are some hurting teams behind them. They might be able to finish off.
Pasti ngajak, Rek.
Right now they're just trying to met up and survive.
Pasti ngajak. Terus komunikasinya minimal itu ndak berhenti.
I haven't even got across there to see what they've been up to. Somehow Incog is still going.
Nah, kalau sudah tembak-tembakan itu sudah jatuhnya sudah skill. Tapi lah kalau kondisi zona-zona seperti ini nih. Iki berarti benar-benar tim slungul. Teamwork slungamal. Nah, pancing. Oke.
Nice work from Paradox. UD gets taken down. It's going to quickly be flushed on out. His teammate somewhat interestingly left him behind. So he was left on his own as We Try Again are pushing inside of the BRDM. It's making another appearance tonight. But Killaroo is going to go down to the runover. So We Try
Analisa
Again
dari OC.
Yo.
Yo. Nanti aku tak next season tak nge-cash di sini.
Still quite a few teams that haven't secured a place in the zone and are looking for somewhere to play.
Ini tiap bulan orek
we haven't seen a
liganya.
lot from them. They've been working all around on this southern side. They've slowly ticked along to 7 kills. Now they turn their attention down towards Incog and they knock onto Killaroo.
Kamu masuk WTA kah, bot?
There are Z, but Paradox is still kicking along. And he will go out to Silent X, who is a lot closer. Zanshin, 9 kills. They're going to stretch their lead unless AJ can do something about it. They sit in second place at the moment.
Iyo.
Can they pick up some more?
Cuk sangar tembakan nih, Pak. Tembakan gubis.
To work with it as well. That could get the finish
Ngono
potentially. If only he gets picked up, it might be
DM Pak D.
very much longer. He comes across Zanshinner on the other side as
well. Oh, nggak ada DM, cek DM. Shit.
In there. The molly could be good here. Mortars are still kicking around.
Waduh, tuh roto, Pak.
Got it. Nice play from AJ. That is some aggression. He's picking up the placement points and the kill points. So
ini Super Din kah? AJWTA.
We try again right now, but I don't know how much longer it's going to go. As Pusher now coming in towards No Names, who have spent the entirety of their match in this high ground in Saloon. So I hope they made the most of it. Pusher they've picked up 7 points. Zanshin on the other side making a nuisance of themselves. It's been chaotic up here, up above.
Wah, dalam gobes.
Manages to get that knock. That's huge from him, but he ends up going down for No Names.
Wah, Zanshin sangar.
The last push player.
Sangar, Pak.
Standing 2 solos in between another Zanshin win.
Ini sudah wire yang berbicara ini, Pak, kalau sudah kayak gini.
7 kills. Andy G comes out. He got the revive off. Juicex with plenty to do now. He's still got to deal with Bago. He's going to throw something
Karena
over the
Dwyer
top. Don't
tidak
know if
bisa
that was a flash.
bohong.
Oh no, it's come back. He's flashed. It might have been actually
Dwyer
from
tidak
Bago.
bisa
He's
beralasan.
been flashed out. Ringer, Rosie. Bago's going to spot through the window. And all of a sudden, we're done. I didn't even see what happened to the team down the bottom, but Zan Shin have tied it up. They've got rid of 2 teams in the matter of seconds, and we are done. And that is Zan Shin with a 13 kill win.
Ngari. Oke, sudah selesai guys. Enak ya turnamen jam segini selesai. Nge-cash juga masih semangat turnamen jam segini. Oh, nyari rosternya FTF. Mantap, FTF is back. Wah, from the future. Oh, jangan diomongin. Oke, bot, sorry. Shit, aku kalau sudah ada berita ini, kalau ada berita semangat lah. Maksudnya ada tim-tim baru lagi yang selungul ya kan. Tim-tim Sumamal. Ini ya Dwyer berbicara guys. Kita ngomong Dwyer berbicara, tidak bisa dipungkiri. Jadi Dwyer tidak bisa bohong. Dwyer tidak bisa ngasih, dia tidak menerima alasan apapun. Dwyer itu sangar pak. Oke, terima kasih. Good luck. Masih ada 1. Wah, kena spill. Ini loh kadang-kadang aku ini apa namanya keperucut sukanya bot. Saking aja. Oke, ini minggu ketiga. Kita lihat nanti minggu terakhir gimana. Semoga tim Indo masih apa namanya. Ini kayaknya aku kalau di DM aimbot kayaknya aku diajak masuk FTF nih. Semoga selungul ya kan. Ini udah selesai, semoga minggu depan lebih baik tim Indo. Ada 4 tim Indo. Dah semua. Weh, terima kasih Bang Judi. Ngomong-ngomong Bang Judi katanya denger-denger nih. Denger-denger mau ngadain selungal. Apa nggak salah denger ya? Thank you yang sudah member rezeki lancar. Apakah akan selumumal dari Bang Judi Levis? Senangal. Janganlah, aku kan live dulu. Nanti kamu nggak boleh itu. Maghrib dulu ini. Malam DC ya kan, sambil menunggu Bang Judi. Ini membahas yang turni kah? Oh, hoax kah? Oke. Apakah hoax? Bot? Nah, ini yang tahu nih, I'm bot nih yang tahu posisinya. Siapa tahu ya kan? Siapa tahu masih selungumal. Kecewa. Nah ini dia, kita doakan aja rezekinya Bang Judi Lewis lancar biar mengiyakan turnamen. Penyebar berita hoax, nah ini bahaya nih. Ya wis, selamat yang nanti lanjut lagi, tetap semangat, jangan pernah putus asa, jangan pernah menyerah, tetap harus upgrade. Kalau sudah masuk perusin, Dwyer tidak menerima alasan apapun. Nah itu loh Dwyer. Nanti kita coba Badak ya, semoga Badak bisa sadar bahwa dia memang sudah enggak bisa main game PUBG lagi. Semoga dia sadar dan tidak ikut main PUBG karena bisa merusak komunitas. Badak berjula satu. Oke, thank you. Semangat. Makasih yang sudah jadi member, makasih yang sudah like. Semangat buat next berikutnya, semoga lebih bagus lagi tim-tim Indonesia. Karena memang yang lain bisa, kenapa kita tidak bisa? Ya mungkin macam-macam. Antares week pertama, week kedua dia sedikit malangkal, sedikit kalampul, sedikit selulul. Ya kan? Tapi minggu ketiga dia langsung melejit di posisi ke berapa nih? Antares posisinya 56, mendekati serius, selisih 3 poin. Nah berarti kan bisa dia. Itu loh, berarti mereka berusaha, membaca, menganalisa. Wah, sewangar wis. 1 hari berpengaruh ke tim Antares. 1 hari ini loh ya. 1-2-nya kemarin buncur. Week pertama, week kedua, week ketiganya cuman butuh 1 hari dia langsung berubah posisi. Oke, sampai ketemu. Terima kasih semuanya. Sampai ketemu nanti malam. Berang-berang makan kedondong, sehat-sehat, rezeki lancar. Semoga turninnya Bang Jody Lewis bisa terlaksana. Ala pena. Oke, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.